All right, long pause, and there we go. We're back. Holy crap! It's been a while since the Rogues Gallery has been back on, but we're here, and we got some stuff to talk about. Maybe there hasn't been a lot going on in entertainment, but in the world of YouTube, boy howdy! So we might get into some of that shit because everybody else is talking about it. So joining us tonight, Kyle Corwith. What's going on, man? First time on the show. How you doing, dude?
Thank you for having me, dude. That intro gave me a chuckle right there at the end when you put me as Lestat. That was pretty good. That was entertaining. That was cool.
Yo, I had to ask my wife. I had her come in. She's like, any bad guy played by Tom Cruise. It's like, all right, I got one.
So that's interesting. So it had to be a bad guy. I couldn't just be any Tom Cruise.
No. The whole theme of the show. So if you will rewatch the intro later on, everybody's on a villain. That's kind of
gotcha. Okay.
The core theme of the show. So good to have you on, man. Tell everybody what you do, man.
I mostly talk about movies and pop culture. For example, the last video that I did was of the Passion of the Christ because we just went through Resurrection weekend, and before that was Project Hail Mary, talking about one issue I have with it that no one else has really talked about. And if you look at the comments, people just are calling me shallow. They're calling me that I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I sci-fi is not my thing. I didn't read the book, but I don't need to read the book in order to assess a movie. That's the thing.
To be clear, it wasn't the centrifuge, was it?
The astrophage, no.
Yeah. No. I mean the spinning thing that uses to separate it, right?
No.
Okay.
So my issue with the movie is Rocky.
Okay.
He's a rock spider, and
he's awesome.
I don't like that he doesn't have a face. Really, that is what it comes down to.
That was the point, that he doesn't have a face. It was
They want that communication separation.
Let's have a nerd fight. Here we go.
Yeah.
Well, the entire point of the character thing was to make him as removable from humans as possible, so that we can still attach to him, even though he's as little human-like as he can be.
I think you can still do that with having some semblance of a face still.
Plus, he's cuter than like Baby Yoda and other recent alien puppets we've had.
So I haven't seen this movie, so I got to look.
You were right when you said puppy.
Spider. Project Hail Mary. What does this thing look like?
A rock with 5 rock legs out of it. It's not completely all that unique.
It's a completely practical puppet, though. The entire thing is practical.
Yeah, which is cool. But it's like if you played a video game before, you probably seen this in a rock level somewhere.
You want to know what kind of reminded me a little bit of is almost like the rock creature from Galaxy Quest.
I was just going to say that, dude. That's what I
thought of that, but I didn't say it in my review. But I thought of that. Gordon.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the fact that he's a rock really is tantamount to the success of the film because they make you relate to something so utterly non-human. If you weren't like actively feeling for Rocky, if you weren't feeling despair when certain scenes happen, you aren't feeling extreme joy at other scenes.
Keep spoiler 3 hours.
I'm keeping. Do my best.
You don't want to see him. You certainly don't want to see him fall into danger, but that's not due to his design. It's due to his voice, the voice acting.
It's so well
the
performed. Right? Both the puppeteering is so well done, the voice acting is so well done, the writing is so well done that you're forced to empathize with this thing, which humans should not be empathizing with. And I think that the fact he's not human-like makes the empathy for him so much stronger in the writing.
Well, I disagree with you in terms of the verbiage of saying I was forced to or I would be forced to. I'm not going to be forced to do anything. It's a natural inclination, and I didn't have that for him as much. I'm not saying that I was completely disconnected or I hate the movie. I'm saying they could have done a better job to appeal to people like me. And when he did have those moments of friendship and potential loss, I'm being vague on purpose, it did well with its limitations. But I think it could have expanded it a little bit better.
I think it's one of those things that just comes to a personal preference. And I do know there are some people that just, there was a great episode of the Y-Files about this. People that have like a really hard time dealing with the whole uncanny valley thing in movies. So if they see that, they just can't get into it at all. So it might be kind of that point of preference. So, I mean, It's not really a dig at the movie. It's just a more of a
Oh.
if you can't vibe with that, and you know, because I'm kind of the same. When I watch this, all I'm gonna be thinking is Galaxy Quest the whole time.
I don't know about that, but you know, I understand the connection, and I definitely felt it with the design of Rocky.
I think Rocky does one other thing though, because if it was too humanoid, we might run into an issue. Rocky is perfect for women who want to have babies. Rocky does the same thing. Okay, so we don't like. There are a lot of these things with aliens that are kind of baby-like or puppy-like. You know, Baby Yoda's one of them. Baby Yoda is really popular because women really like it and use it as a surrogate for a baby. Rocky is kind of like a surrogate puppy or a surrogate, not quite baby, because it kind of looks like. But with every woman I've ever spoken to about it, they adore Rocky in the same way that women treat other surrogate baby items. Which is like in the advertisement, I think Rocky should have been left out of the advertisements because it's a better movie experience if you first see Rocky in the film. But Rocky creates that mother instinct for women, and that draws them more into it. Whereas if it just looked like a dude, women wouldn't like him as much if he was just a dude.
How do you feel about people criticizing the movie for him being portrayed more so like a pet than a character?
Yeah, I would say he was treated more like a pet in the movie than anything. That's more my problem. When you think about it, he's their society's astronaut. I mean, he's out there with a crew. I mean, it's like just a mere copy just of a human. And so, but the way, it seems like it was treated more like he was a pet.
And that wasn't my description.
Advanced.
Yeah. I didn't describe it as that. I'm pulling from comments of people who have described that. I didn't say that. I have that different criticism of his design. But I did mention how it was pretty much a leap to think that this species of rock spider could design and build these interstellar space travel ships. It needed to have more of a believability with its design.
His scientific perspective is not really expanded upon, as far as I remember. Because I saw it last week, and it was, I mean, we saw Ryan Gosling's whole scientific method, and we're familiar with it because obviously we're human and we understand it. But yeah, I would have loved to see a little bit more of how the rock creature does things, because most of the time Rocky is on Ryan Gosling's ship, not the other way around. And I would have loved to see. Well, I would love to see Ryan Gosling in that environment, helping him do stuff.
Very good point.
And seeing how they do science. That's actually what I was kind of looking. I was kind of wanting to see. Maybe it's in the book. I'm not sure.
I think they did a decent enough job explaining that in the movie because they only touch on it briefly.
Yeah, they explain it.
It's already a 2.5 hour movie. Yeah. When it, like the original cut of the film was 4.5 hours, and by God, do I want the 4.5 hour cut of the film? But they do explain, you know, Rocky species. I also think part of the benefit of Rocky
Should they have
species,
split it into 2 parts then? Would that have worked better?
No, man. Don't give them ideas.
I don't think that would have been better. I think they had to contain everything they put into it to get all the emotional through lines. I think breaking it up would have ended up splitting the emotional payoffs. Because Project Hail Mary is a movie that makes you feel everything, at least in my perspective. And I feel like if you split it up, you're now separating. You've got the sad movie and the hopeful movie. And those, whereas putting them together, you got an everything movie.
Yeah, I think me and Toasty are the only ones that haven't seen it. Am I right?
I don't know who this Rocky is. I don't.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to you commenting on the whole "it inspires women" thing. The Rocky creature.
I know. I'm sorry. I don't know what this is.
Do rock spiders make you want to have a baby, Toasty?
My mom walked out of the film, and all she wanted a Rocky. Like, they have these really cool popcorn buckets, and it's Rocky inside of a dome. And you take the Rocky out of the popcorn bucket and pour the popcorn into the bucket.
Sure.
Oh, that's cool.
I will say, though, I do find Yoda to be quite cute, even though he looks like a ball sack.
Is this Baby Yoda or the real Yoda who's older?
Both.
Both.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter what age she is. He's a scrotum-looking creature.
Yeah, very cute.
Yeah. Now, honestly, I think traditional Empire Yoda is way fucking cute. Old, elderly, eccentric Yoda's the superior Yoda than fucking what's his name, Grogu, the CGI motherfucker.
We're not calling him Grogu.
Well, I went into Project
Dignify
Hail
that
Mary.
name.
I went into Project Hail Mary movie,
Mhm.
not knowing anything about it, not even knowing what genre it was, didn't even look into the author, just knew of the name. So I went in completely blind.
Mhm.
Now, they kind of start off with the jokes a little bit early in it, where it was a packed theater. Every seat in the IMAX theater was packed. So, I mean, it was a full showing, and people are chuckling at some of the early jokes and stuff. And I'm kind of like, okay, I'm lost. Took a little while to get into it.
My theater was also completely. We went opening night. We had a party of like 13 people, but on top of us, the part of the theater was completely packed, and every single joke got at least a little bit of laugh. Usually, the theater was borderline roaring with laughter when I saw it. And then, of course, there are some scenes where everyone's getting. You can just feel the weight of the room. Everyone's getting a little teary-eyed at certain points. My theater was completely moved by the movie.
A lot of it
Alright.
comes down to Gosling and his performance, which he does very well.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't think of, maybe one of you guys can, a movie in which he does give a bad performance. Now, aside from the movie's quality, is there a performance that he's ever given that is bad?
Is it Ryan Gosling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate his fucking face.
Really?
See,
Okay, now that makes
this is interesting.
explanation.
So I know someone, maybe if Nadia is here chiming in, Nadia Horror with Nods, she once described him as having a sloth face.
Yes,
And
his
I-
eyes are too close. Too close. And then
I don't
nose-
see it. I think the majority of people do think he's good looking, but this is
I
an
wanna
interesting
punch his
opinion,
fucking
you know?
face.
He's a rich man's Ryan
when
Reynolds.
He first came on the scene, it was more situational hotness, I think, because when he first came on the scene, I remember him first in Remember the Titans, but his
Oh,
big
yeah, I
break-
forgot he was in that.
yeah, great movie, but his big break though was
The Notebook.
Notebook, yeah.
Notebook.
Yeah.
So that's
Mhm.
what everyone's like. Oh my
Ugh.
god, he's a sex pot. He's really not all that sexy. But he
He's
just
not
was
that.
in. He's really not. But again, it was just like that situational hotness where everyone loved the movie for some fucking reason. That whole couple is just toxic and they should be nuked. But I was actually happy to see them die at the end.
That's-
Spoilers.
that's
I
a
don't
piece
care.
I
of shit
find
movie.
listen,
They were
I hate
terrible.
that
And,
fucking movie.
He was
Strider-
the good guy, and everyone's like,
I don't
he was-
appreciate the spoiler.
Oh, it's a 20-year-old movie.
Yeah, that's the yeah.
That was the
Yeah.
time.
It's an
I was
older
actually
movie.
Happy
Come
to
on.
see them die. I'm like, finally, the bitch is dead. But
Let me-
everybody, every woman, every idiot woman was like, "Oh my god, I want this to be me." And the want a handsome man like Ryan Gosling to just a relatively passable man to just simp over them and wait for years for this ungrateful bitch. So I mean, I don't
Let
think.
me just say, I find Ghoul from Fallout a lot sexier than Ryan Gosling.
Walton Goggins.
Dude, without that makeup, or are you being
No, with the
inflammatory and
makeup.
saying with the no nose?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No nose
Okay.
or
Okay.
anything. He's just, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, you can do
But-
some freaky stuff with that orifice now. You know.
And he knows how to shoot. Yeah.
I'm not giving you any ideas, but I'm
Man,
just.
We all thought it.
I-
Hey, what that radiation?
You made a
do?
good point, though. It's hard to. I can't really think of a bad performance. He's
Right.
been in some bad movies, but he's gives it his all in pretty much all of them.
But
Yeah.
One of
here's
my
another
favorite
thing.
movies
He's
is Drive, and he doesn't even fucking talk. Basically,
but that's so that the Drive is one of the movies of a pretty big selection of movies that a lot of actors would kill for. And I talked briefly about this in my video. Is how many great movies he's been in this century so far. Like he Drive, Place Beyond the Pines, Crazy Stupid Love, Blade Runner 2049, The Nice Guys. Like those are just like the main ones. I mean, he's been in some small bit parts like Remember the Titans as well. It's incredible his filmography.
Well, I also remember that one Oscar, that huge Oscar buzz one. Was it Blue Valentine, where you're watching a couple like fall out of love? And apparently, he got. I want to say he got an Oscar nomination for that, but I don't. But that it blew up. Everyone loved that movie.
Yeah, it's a dour, depressing kind of romance. That's the thing. It is. It is a depressing drama romance. When initially, actually, Derek Ciofance, the director, wanted to make. He was having such a a great time filming them falling in love. He thought, maybe I just make this movie where they just fall in love. And then he had to realize, and maybe he had a conversation with Gosling. He's like, no, you got to have, that payoff with that contrast there,
Well,
But it would have been interesting if he had split them into 2 movies, maybe, there's that possibility as well.
See them fall out of love and then watch the whole disaster and then watch them gradually build it back up. That would have been better. I have no patience just for these tragedies that make you sad for the purpose of being sad. Like I'd rather watch La La Land than anything else.
Skipped that one, to be honest.
When it's done well, I like movies that are just designed to make you sad. Like P.S. I Love You. It is a movie that basically locks you into constantly crying for 2 hours.
Because he's already dead. And so she's looking back at he's dead at that point. So she's looking back at their whole courtship and falling in love and everything. And that was reading letters he sent her posthumously. So the framing device is a little bit different. You're not watching someone in real time fall completely out of love and just eventually grow to hate each other and then just want to kill yourself after.
Well, no. The point of P.S. I Love You is you're watching somebody who's being led to get over the death of her husband. And in doing so, it invokes a lot of emotions, really, for a really bitch of a woman. Like, she kind of deserves to suffer, but he was pretty cool.
In P.S. I Love You?
All right.
Yeah.
What did she do?
Oh, I didn't like her vibe. I thought she was a bitch. The whole first
sequence, nothing she did. You just hate Hillary Swank. Okay, got it.
Run up the action stuff. The first 20 minutes of the movie when is that Gerard Butler? Is that who it is?
Yeah.
Yep.
When Gerard Butler's in the film, she's horrible to him.
Okay.
And I just thought, come on, he deserves so much better. I can't believe he spent his last couple of years with you.
It's been a while since I've seen it. What are the things that she does? I'm curious.
I forget exactly what it was, but she's fairly rude to him, very dismissive of him throughout that part of the movie.
She's back character. I don't like movies like that.
You guys sure know your rom-coms. Now I know a lot more about you. Let's say hi to the chat, see what we got in. All right, we got Lieutenant Garantina first in. We've got Drunken Emerald posting as me. I have a heart out at 6:30.
He misspelled out.
Then we've got Scream Queen Selena. Hail everyone. Welcome to the Weekly Rogues Gallery. Please like and subscribe, all the good stuff. Thank you so much, Selena. Who else we got in here? We've got the Master Hobo. Greetings from the homeless shelter. Finally, this show is back. Where the hell have you been? Busy. So we've got Megan the Texan. Hey, welcome. Hey, everyone. Hey, yourself. Who else we got? Yeah, some new faces. Like to see it. We got Master of Trivia. Emily Kruger is in the house. Good to see and more people be popping in as the show goes. It's usually how it works. All right. So are we still at rom-coms or whether or not Ryan Gosling's hot? Where are we at? Conversation.
Take a poll.
I think the how to lose a guy in 10 days is a terrible messaging.
I don't know. I mean,
it depends on the woman.
Oh, man. There's another actor who's really good, but just doesn't give a shit and has been in more shit movies than good movies, and that's Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
But goddamn, is he a good actor? I mean, I think the best thing he ever did was
True Detective Season 1.
True Detective Season 1. Thank you.
Yeah, that's my favorite, and that's my favorite piece of American fiction ever created.
I was. Go ahead.
Toasty.
I was gonna say, I just recently watched a movie with him in it, and it was great. He played a bus driver, and he had to get some kids from the school.
I heard that was okay.
It was. You know what? His acting is really good. It's not like
that.
I don't know. I mean, I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was good. His acting was great.
It had a weird title, wasn't it? Just called like The Bus or The Bus Driver or something like that.
It's The Lost Bus.
We're gonna call this like it's just.
I think it was good.
I
like his acting. His acting is very good.
Yeah, he's awesome in pretty much everything he's in.
You see, all
I do know is if I'm in a situation where I need a person to pick a G6 over friendship and get me my TiVo, I'm going with McConaughey.
Will get you a TiVo.
One of the best comedies of all time. whether it's modern or just period. Tropic Thunder is a masterpiece of comedy. But Matthew, I think
never
that
seen it.
the two actors with the least amount of screen time stole the movie. They were the best parts of the whole movie, and that's Matthew McConaughey and Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
They were the best parts.
People talk when I have conversations about Tropic Thunder, people talk about that movie as if Tom Cruise was the lead in that movie, which tells you a lot.
Yeah.
They were trying to get a spin-off off the ground, but it kept conflicting with Mission Impossible filming schedule and everything he has to do because it's not just the filming that goes into the Mission Impossible, it's all of the choreography and stunt work that they have to do. So just getting that's a multiple year process. So he really didn't have time for anything else, but they were really trying to get a solo Les Grossman movie off the ground.
Awesome.
I don't know though. He worked so well in that movie because it was in such small doses.
Correct.
I think if you get an hour and a half to 2 hours of just the fucking big hands and bald head and screaming, it might be overkill.
Yeah,
I
there are
never seen
some
Mission
characters in
Impossible.
movies that work well as supporting characters and should stay that way. Another example of that is Captain Jack Sparrow. Every time, as increasingly when the movies
100%.
went along and he became the main character, and then everyone else got, shafted and sidelined, that didn't work. You look back at the contrast of the way the first Pirates was to the last one they made. It's just you can tell as to why where he works and how he works best, and is to support the main characters. Yeah,
I'm glad you said that because that's something I've been saying for years. The fact that they saturated it with Jack Sparrow was why the H movie did not do as well. You were just getting you're getting overpowered with it. It worked so well in the first one because when he did come in, it was such a good, cool thing. And then to have it just throughout the entire movie and the rest of the series is terrible. And the last one's the worst of the series.
Yeah, 4 and 5 were just not great because he doesn't have anybody normal to play off of. That's what makes him so funny. He's a loose cannon, so you don't really know who he's going to mess up or who he's going to align himself with, which is what made 2 and 3 kind of interesting because he's mixed up plans constantly because he's also kind of incompetent. But then 4 or 5 rolled around, and Johnny Depp is definitely showing his age, and also in the middle of the Amber Heard stuff, so. The energy is not there, and the writing isn't there because everyone's weird as he is. It's not fun.
Can you do a Pirates of the Caribbean movie without Jack Sparrow or Johnny Depp? I don't think so.
They tried.
Definitely not.
Didn't they try?
No, they were there. It's
I think
They
Still
were in
in
the process, but it never came out. Yeah, it never came out. They were who was it?
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah, that worked well with Birds of Prey, didn't it, guys?
Terrible.
I mean, that is cinematic class. Would be a cinematic classic, just up there with like Morbius. Okay.
Look, I know people who still try to defend Birds of Prey as a fun, enjoyable, lighthearted movie.
No, it's not. It's not fun. It's not lighthearted. It's not even enjoyable. It's just
literally
sucks.
none of those things.
No, not even and Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn is the best thing that the DC the artist previously known as the DC Expanded Universe would ever had. That was the best thing that they did, and they still the same thing. It was a Jack Sparrow thing. They just oversaturated her. She was everywhere, and she never changed. And she's a good side character. She's nothing without Mr. J. And when she's without Mr. J or without someone else that equally is weird to bounce off of, it's not as fun, which is why Birds of Prey sucks so much. She's around normal people. Like, no, thank you. It just doesn't work.
Just one of the reasons. No.
Yeah, one of the, especially toxic masculinity, even regarding Black Mask. Blah.
Being that I'm a massive Batman fan, as you can tell. Now, I am not in the camp of hating Harley Quinn. I think she's a great character, the original version.
Yeah.
When they decided, when the infiltration in comic books and everything happened and they decided to turn Harley Quinn into a feminist icon, all downhill from there.
and made her gay for Poison Ivy
Yeah.
too. That was like, why? Just this
I
is
thought that was
have
unnecessary.
Tumblr shit here. What are we
I actually
doing?
have the first comic book where they did that. It was in Injustice Year Zero, which retconned and ruined the entire Injustice story, just so they could have Harley and Ivy get married.
Which in and of itself, which is funny because Injustice is in and of
That
itself.
was
like
so
a retcon.
random.
Hey, I got it. I know why they made her a lesbian. The baseball bat is a phallic object.
Yeah.
And all the vines and all the blooming flower petals. Yeah, I see it.
So we're
Hey,
going.
we got Matt
for-
Barr in the
yeah.
chat. What up, Matt Barr?
In addition to the domestic violence.
So a whole lot of symbolism.
Yeah.
Cheers,
Oh no,
brawler.
there's no symbolism. They're literally beating you over the head with it.
Oh,
Man.
look.
There's the
Oh.
panel where they ruin Harley
I'll just
Quinn.
point out the collective bullshit that like pop culture made lesbianism suck. Like
Yeah.
it's not. Like, can we just point every single time a lesbian couple appears on screen or in print or in comics or anywhere? They're the most obnoxious, ugly ass bitches we've ever seen. Like that lesbianism used to be kind of edgy and kind of cool and still kind of attractive, and like when you had two beautiful women. Now it's just like
Right.
they're
Well,
fucking
let's be clear,
ugly
Strider.
boys.
That's fictional lesbianism, movie lesbianism,
Yeah,
That
Wild Things. You're
lesbianism
thinking of
used to
Wild
be-
Things stuff. That's
Right.
fiction fantasy shit.
or fucking Bound with Jennifer Tilly and Gina Gershon. God damn.
I mean,
Yeah, you
come
got
on,
it.
you've seen the
Gina
images
Gershon.
of protest. You've seen the images of protest in like Portland and Seattle.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
they're
that's the
actual
real thing.
lesbians.
We're not
They're
talking about
fucking
Home
fake-ass
Depot lesbians.
lesbians.
We're talking about Hollywood fictional
They're
lesbians.
fake ass lesbians. And I like lesbians when they're
Yes,
both
we
hot.
like the fake ones.
We want the Hollywood lesbians. No, none of this ugly ass lesbian butch dice.
All the guys would agree as well.
Degenerous and whatever that thing is.
Oh, holy shit. Samuel the Infamous for $20. Harley doesn't work without Joker, and any Independence arc conveniently forgets that she's a gleeful killer. Exactly. Yes, turning her into the hero. Sometimes now there have been stories where it's worked with her being kind of switching sides, like in the animated series, but for the most part, no. And how they've really they tried to turn her into lesbian female Deadpool, not working.
Everyone tried to be Deadpool after that fucking movie came out.
Yeah. Yeah, they're DC's closest thing to Deadpool that they could actually, if they wanted to take the character and lean them more in that direction, would be Red Hood. He could be a dark, more of a darker Deadpool, but he's the shit talker. All right. Now, since we've already segued into some DC stuff, we do have this. It's a little bit old news, but we'll go ahead and talk about it. Let me pull up my screen here.
I wonder what it could be.
Are we talking about the buyout?
Right. No, but I'm interested in that because more
There it
Supergirl
is.
star Millie Alcock braces for backlash.
Why not?
Oh, we're talking about Backlash.
Now I just see the image of her sitting on that couch.
Anyway. Oh, goddamn. That's a good meme. That should have been my thumbnail. Women face scrutiny for simply existing in franchises. Well, let's see here. The franchise is Supergirl, an existing character that's been around for decades and decades. Has had a movie in the 80s. We've had the TV show. Pretty sure women need to exist within that franchise. So do you think this is a legitimate or was this something that her PR people put her up to saying to spark interest in the movie? Because to be honest, nobody is real. The trailer dropped. It didn't generate too much buzz. DC's kind of fallen off a cliff. James Gunn is just doing James Gunn and nobody gives a shit if it's not Guardians. What are your thoughts?
I thought we were past this. I thought we were past this this victimhood. I'm blaming men. The fans are toxic bullshit. I mean, we're not falling for it. We know this is just gaslighting. So it's like, why are they still doing this? We're well aware of their tactics.
I would say it's probably her handlers that are putting it, because again, she's a young actress. I mean, she's just a young entertainer. It's the same with like the Billie Eilish. It's the same with all of the other young actresses. Yep, the Snow Whites.
Yeah,
and,
throw a
and
dartboard at a foot.
they don't know. They're being told that this is what they need to be saying. So I don't know if she. But again, she's in the Hollywood bubble.
This is
I think
people speak, as I've heard said before.
these comments are so detached from reality.
Yeah.
And it's mostly coming from younger actresses that didn't grow up in, the decade where none of this fucking bullshit existed, like the 90s. How many female-led franchises that were at peak popularity among both, all audience, male, female, everything. We had Buffy the Vampire Slayer, fucking Xena, all of this shit.
Don't forget this one TV show. I'm actually rewatching it with my wife, Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
Yes, I drove on that.
No joke, dude. Like that came out in '94, and it actually set a record. That's the longest running TV show. I read it on the IMDb trivia with I think it's either a Western or a period piece, some criteria, but she set a record for a show having its main lead be a woman in some criteria. But yeah, that's another show and media and content, whatever you want to call it, that I grew up watching that had women as leads, and I had no problem. There was never a thing about it. No. It was just, is this a good show? Is this a good movie or not? Is
it funny? Like The Nanny. Remember The Nanny with Fran Drescher? That was another cultural milestone. Like everybody loved that show because it was funny, and Fran Drescher kicked ass. She's a great comedic talent.
I mean, let's go back further. You got Lucille Ball.
Yeah.
She was a very great comedian.
The only reason that sitcoms exist is because of Lucille Ball. She and Desi Arnaz invented that entire genre. Like we would not have Big Bang Theory. Well, maybe we.
Was that before The Honeymooners? Or that was about the same. I think they were at the same time.
So the sitcoms did exist, but not without the laugh track. So the I Love Lucy show was the one that pioneered that.
If I'm filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Because they needed to know because it helped with the actors on stage to be able to pause for the actual laughter, but also help the audience know what to laugh at.
And she was the reason for Star Trek as well. Star Trek, right?
Yeah, Star Trek Voyager. That was the first female captain. No one batted an eye. No one cared. It's not a great show, but it never.
No. It's the Star Trek aspect that Toasty's bringing up. The original Star Trek was done at the Desilu Studios. It was her studio that greenlit the original pilot of Star Trek. And when it wasn't picked up, she gave the money to try for a second time to do a pilot. One of the things that's almost never been heard of before of a show getting 2 pilot attempts.
That's crazy. It was actually what kind of made me laugh is how many people in Hollywood that like glamorous people in Hollywood that would not expect are nerds. So obviously, arguably the best episode ever of TNG was the Drumhead. So the main lady in that is Gene Simmons, who you might know from Spartacus, like a very elegant, very old Hollywood kind of woman, and just very beautiful, like drop dead gorgeous. And she's a Star Trek fan, and she was also in Howl's Moving Castle. She was grandma in that one, or she was older Sophie in that one. That there's so many of those people that you would not expect that were actually foundational Hollywood people. They were kind of way more multifaceted than we might think. And not all of them were especially not all the men were just not all these sexist monsters, and not all the women were just these put upon, oh, poor me, kind of, I'm a victim of the Hollywood system. They had both men and women contributed to the entirety of the entertainment landscape, but we conveniently forget about this whenever a new DC movie happens to pop up with a female lead, and we need to run distraction on it.
Right.
Yeah. Politicize it. And I might be wrong on this, but I just get a sense that in the past decades, we actually had actors that were fans of movies, that were fans of pop culture. And it looks to be that the modern actor today don't know shit about the cinematic history, etc. Winona Ryder commented on how Jenna Ortega didn't know anything about the past cinema history or that took place in the 20th century, that she had barely seen anything. And I've been witness to this as well. Actually, I've encountered people in my town that are college aged, and this, I'm not joking. I had a conversation where I said, so yeah, like Indiana Jones and Jurassic Park. And he looks at me and he's just, I haven't seen it.
Like nothing there.
No, he had no idea what I was referencing.
Well,
I've
No
never
idea.
seen
Kyle,
Indiana Jones.
real quick. Well, the thing is, Kyle, let me introduce you real quickly
a heart attack.
to Arza. Arza's not seen a lot of movies.
He just recently learned
I've seen-
what tapes were.
I
What
I've got
VHS
over
was?
300 tapes. What are you talking about?
Yes, he's now collecting VHSs.
I have been collecting VHS tapes for almost as long as I've known you guys. What do you mean? Just
I think
now?
for the mere fact that you're here demonstrates that you know more about the people that I'm referencing, like Jenna Ortega.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's funny.
I'll
Like
give you the
read-
benefit of
look
that.
at- I think a lot. I watched a video of Winona Ryder going through like the whole like Criterion collection, a whole closet, and there's a series of videos like that, and she's picking out this shit I've never heard of. It's all art house. It's all like outside of the AAA. It's all like indie films, and they're really describing their beautiful, well written, the lighting, the script, the everything. It's like, damn, you're a film buff. Okay,
Yeah.
it's kind of cool.
Well, and
Like, I
remember,
like
every
you.
single thing that we watched because we were convinced by someone else to watch them. All of the really important movies came out before we were born. You know, like my
And you
friend
know what
only
they do?
just now watched Last Crusade because I forced him to sit down and watch Last Crusade with me, and
So
he
good.
loved it. I
good.
haven't seen Alien since I was like 4.
I watched Alien for the first time in theaters 2 years ago. That's the first time I'd ever seen it, and it was a masterpiece. And it was in theaters. There was almost, the thing is with that movie, there's almost no post-production touch-up. Like, this isn't Star Wars. This isn't whatever, anything else that may have been like a special edition, whatever. It's a brilliant film. But what's actually crazy, RZ, make that point. It's amazing how much studios have forgotten how popular, how good marketing word of mouth is. That still matters.
Mhm.
When everybody around you is talking about this movie that you have to go see, that still matters. Yes, social media has kind of diluted it a little bit, but it still matters. When your friends are seeing it, it's still like, I don't know why they think that it's not a good thing anymore. That's why I don't create anything new, because they think they're anything good, because they think social media will do all their marketing for them. No, the paying audience, the customer is the one who's gonna sell your movie for you.
Well, I mean, this goes back to movies like Project Hail Mary. Absolutely dominating the box office. Every single theater is completely full because people heard the great word of mouth from the book being one of the best audiobooks recorded in recent history. So people already knew that it was something worth a lot of hype. And then the movie lived up to that expectation for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is
it's
it just
gaining-
an audiobook, Arza?
It was a book
wait.
first, but the audiobook is
Yeah.
what got people into it because they had some
Okay.
high-end audiobook reader read it, and so the audiobook spread a lot faster than the actual
Oh,
novel.
gotcha.
And I've
Okay.
actually heard
Well,
that's
in
a better
addition-
version because it's easier
Well-
to follow along with the science part of it. Because
Right.
I've heard.
The thing to keep
Very
in
good.
mind is that this author also did The Martian.
Which I think is a better movie than Project Hail Mary.
I've
But yeah.
seen that one. I love that movie.
So I have a question actually. So what's something I've noticed? So obviously the sci-fi title is just generic and gay and retarded.
Which
I
one?
feel like the sci-fi genre in general, the sci-fi title has become very gay and retarded because you think of
Really?
sci-fi, because it now includes comic book movies. It now includes it's very much been diluted.
Because what
This
they did to
feels
Star
more-
Trek now? I can
Yes,
understand
pretty
that.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. This
Well,
feels
that-
way
well,
more
no, that-
sci-fi than
okay.
anything else. And because obviously The Martian was a big hit and Project Hail Mary is a big hit. This is more sci-fi than anything because it actually is scientific fiction. Could this maybe herald a new subgenre within Hollywood now that they see that this is working?
Well, no, what I think we're actually about to see with the overt success of
I'll let you finish in a second, Arza. Emerald, go ahead, and you were trying to chime in there.
Oh, well, no, okay. So that's the other thing too. Modern Star Trek, they tried to change it into science fantasy like Star Wars. That's what happened
Right.
to it. A lot of it is all within the science fantasy genre. And that's what happened to modern Trek. It's just fantasy. It isn't where most of Star Trek, the Martian, Project Hail Mary is more hard sci-fi. It actually is of science fiction. It is of work of more science-based. And that's what the old Trek was. Now, was there a little bit of messaging in there? Sure. But it left you kind of thinking for yourself about your own conclusion of the problem, not beating your head with a club.
And I think that works with what Strider was saying. There needs to be distinct genre category. We've got sci-fi and sci-fantasy. And it's basically just Star Trek, Star Wars. And you kind of go in that direction.
Yeah, well, and comic book movies are described as sci-fi. Like, this is not like, no, this is just fantasy. This is just magic. There's nothing science about this at all.
If it's a mainstream comic book like Marvel or DC, then they should not be considered sci-fi. They're their own thing. It's the comic book genre. But there are, like, if you go into like some of the more independent comics that are themselves sci-fi, sure. That would get
there was a really big push to make sci-fi more queer, mostly on the Sci-Fi Network.
Oh, there's a push to make everything fucking queer.
But no, it started heavily in the science fiction circles, and it pushed really hard in the sci-fi circles because it was niche enough not to get any backlash when they pushed it in there. Like, it was actually a deliberate push to make sci-fi the first major queer media space because there would be as little rejection as possible, since sci-fi fans were already rejects.
Interesting. That makes sense, because I've wondered that, because I did notice it did start there, especially with Star Trek.
Well, the thing is, I take huge offense to that. I have always been a sci-fi nerd.
Yeah, you've always been queer.
I'm really highly offended by that, that association. Despite what may be in our group chats.
But I think we're going to see something else with Project Hail Mary, and it's more people not giving a fuck. Because do you know who Andy Weir who interviewed Andy Weir?
Critical Drinker.
Modern audiences.
The Critical Drinker managed to get a direct audience with a direct interview with Andy Weir, and it went up for like 2.5 hours, and some people threw a fit online, and it had no impact on the box office at all.
Yeah.
Oh, it did. No, it had a massive impact on the box office.
A good one.
The other way around.
Yeah.
Like,
real quick, what did because the specific quotes that he said on the interview? What did Andy Weir say in that interview?
He threw Alex Kurtzman under the bus.
No, he didn't. I don't think he did that.
In a way,
during the interview. But I haven't actually watched it. I haven't booted up, but I'm not.
So Andy Weir specifically was saying he had a Star Trek pitch for Paramount, and I don't think he did. I can't remember if he said Alex Kurtzman in general, but he was kind of joking around. Okay, yeah, because he was kind of joking around. Yeah, Alex Kurtzman rejected my pitch, so fuck him. And everyone kind of
did he actually say fuck him?
Fuck that, or fuck him, or something like that.
I think that's cool. I look,
cool.
Ever since Quentin Tarantino opened his mouth and criticized Paul Dano and a couple other actors, I don't necessarily agree with everything that he said, although I do think Paul Dano was miscast in There Will Be Blood. I think you could have had a better actor in that. In general, I don't think he's a bad actor. So Tarantino goes even further. But I think it's great that he thinks and he's doing that open discussion of different tastes, and other filmmakers and higher ups would say that's not classy, that's not a good thing, yada yada. Well, why don't we have this open forum dialogue with the audience? And there's already tension and conflict that's going on anyway. You might as well have the open dialogue.
Yeah.
Well, so what camp you would like to side with, and the one you can ignore.
Isn't it just so strange? It's only been a very recent thing. I want to say within the past 5 or 6 years, where Hollywood itself has tried to create this veneer of, oh, we're so nice, we all get along, and like they use the fact that both front of house, back of house, actors, crew get along, and we were like a family on set. They use that to market for some reason. That's never been the case. Like Lord of the Rings was a little bit different. Like that whole they actually did, because we had plenty of DVDs. We had plenty of DVD footage proving their relationship. and it still exists to this day, 20 years on. But like now they actually try to do that. Oh, everyone got along so great on set. It was such a wonderful experience. Like, stop this. We know this isn't true. So the entirety of Hollywood tries to act like they're all buddy with each other. Like, that's not true. We all know that. Why are you lying?
Oh.
I don't get it.
Heat was a fucking masterpiece, and De Niro and Pacino couldn't even film their scenes together.
Yeah, may I tell you why people say that they're a family on set and when they do? As someone who worked on a TV show for a few years when I was living in Chicago, the reason people say that is because every fucking day, aside from 2 days out of the week on the weekend, sometimes, and I even worked on, Saturday or Sunday at times. So the majority of your week and all of your day is devoted to being on set. The reason people talk that way, and yeah, some people have lifelong friends and yada yada. I don't doubt that. But to call it a family, it's not. It's a way of coping because of how much time that you put into those shows and productions. You have to feel better about doing it. And that's why they do that. And people even go so far as to marry their co-star, and then they fucking divorce, and then you have to deal with the drama on set. That happened. I saw it happen. So that's why they do it. It's a form of coping, really.
Interesting.
Yeah, they kind of have no choice because they are forced to spend that much time with each other all the time.
Yeah. And you do it with people that you majoritively don't get along with, but you have to find a way to work with each other. You know? Yeah.
I mean, it goes to the same thing of the story we heard when it came to Game of Thrones, the fact that Cersei dated Braun in real life, and then they broke up, and then it affected the rest of the show because they could not be in scenes together.
Yeah.
See, I thought that they were actually married, but they had divorced before that the show started. But then he got brought in, and it caused some conflict.
It could be that.
I
don't know exactly. I don't know the actual specific of the relationship, but I just know the effects of it.
Yeah, I think they were either together, they dated for a while, or they were in a serious relationship, whether married or not, before the show. Yeah, it did get ugly. They both apparently were kind of mean to each other. So they're like, no, we're done. That was the thing. That wasn't usually you think of the woman. Like, I can't be. You probably think of Lena Headey as the one. I can't be in the same room with him. No, they both were like, we cannot be in the same room together. But which they didn't, which they couldn't. I mean, their characters. It wouldn't make sense for them to cross paths ever. So. But like,
all right, real quick, Samuel the Infamous for $10. Thank you so much, man. Star Wars is basically fantasy with laser swords. Farm boy goes on a quest with a wizard and a rogue to save a princess from an evil sorcerer. It's not sci-fi. No, 100% agreed. 100% agree with that.
I think just because it takes place in space, people think it's sci-fi. It's
like,
Sam,
I'll give you that's exactly the problem. If it has anything to do with space, it's automatically given sci-fi.
I think I kind of noticed that. I think that's more of I think that started by Star Trek, because Star Trek was in some ways hard sci-fi, even though they couldn't really, but at least tried to explain. Even right,
because they brought in actual science consultants. Yeah, does this make sense? Would this work? They did break that down. Unlike modern Trek, that is not even consultant, and you just sit here going, "Yeah, I mean, my suspension of disbelief is working overdrive on this. I can't even. No. This is now fantasy. This isn't sci-fi.
When did Star Trek take, in your opinion, when did Star Trek take the turn from sci-fi to sci-fantasy? Was it the modern, the Kurtzman era?
It's more Kurtzman era. Because everything still, even up through Enterprise, they at least were staying in things that would make sense in the progression of technological advancements. To the fact that even if you look at, let's say, Enterprise, which is supposed to be like 150 years, 200 years from now, but not even that now. If you even look at that technologically, we're even more advanced now than what they were in the show. So when it comes to certain things. But they, again, consulted actual scientists. Does this make sense? How does this work within the field of science under our current knowledge base of it? How could we work? That's the reason why a lot of people that got into sciences and stuff like that were because they will quote as being from Star Trek, is because of the science base that actually was in there. That's why people are really trying to make warp drive. The flip phones and technology that we have, a lot of it was inspired by Star Trek.
Yeah, that is true.
A level of actual believability that people are looking at. How can we make this possible? Because it's enough grounded in actual knowledge base and science to sit here and try to recreate it. Unlike the fantasy side of things, the Force.
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, would and even opposed to some elements of Star Trek itself, which we're not. I think pretty much everything from 2009 and beyond does not count as Star Trek. But like you look at the recent bridge design that they had, that they're tearing down. Thank God, it was so satisfying to see for Starfleet Academy. That thing is huge. That thing is so damn big. That's like a hotel foyer. That makes no sense for a bridge to be that freaking gigantic. But you look at like TNG, it's not that big. It's about, you could fit the bridge, you could fit the entire bridge for this huge ship, which is like 4 or 5 times the size of the original Constitution class Enterprise, in my apartment. Like that's as big as a bridge needs to be. Like but it's the Starfleet Academy one, it looks like a mall. It's gigantic, and it has no reason to be that way. That makes no sense. But that's what who was scientifically minded would think better to do that.
Well, and the difference too is that the good sci-fi is looking at real world applications of certain things. In the case of the creation of Enterprise, where did the creators go? Well, spacecraft. What is something that is on this planet that's similar to a spacecraft? Submarines. They toured submarines. The reason why the uniforms are the way, because that's what submariners wear. That's what we wore, was those jumpsuits. So they made it kind of that type of look. The inside of the ship was more naval, because again, it's essentially a naval space. It's Navy in space.
And even some of because a lot of the creators were served in the Navy, so that's kind of what they knew, and they adopt a lot of that. Yeah, they adopt a lot of that nautical terminology too, which is not like endemic to them. A lot of other people did that, previous sci-fi writers, because that's what they knew, and it made more sense because it's it just made sense to carry over, and so it's still kind of cool.
What I still hate is how the theme of Star Trek has changed so much. Like I grew up in the 90s, so my Star Trek was Next Generation, and Deep Space Nine is my favorite still. But they had episodes that just actually made you think. Like the one, I think it was Next Gen, the one where one of the side characters decides to intervene on a planet and free the race of slaves that turned out to then take over and caused all this
maybe 5 or 6
chaos.
episodes you just described.
Yeah, it did shit, but it made you think, whereas modern Trek tells you what to think.
Yes.
Which is just modern media in general. All right, Sam's got to bounce. I got to bounce to feed the belly of my crippling Crimson Desert addiction. Have a good one. Y'all take care, man. And looks like Hellhand's a fellow addict there. Crimson Desert. That's one of the new games out, right?
Everybody's been talking weird. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews on that. I've heard people say it's shit, but there's a lot of people playing it, and it's a big game.
Most of the shit reviews came from the fact that the controls were really fucking whacked, and they patched all the wacky controls in the first 2 weeks.
Which is not atypical, so okay.
And so it's apparently much better now. They also took a lot of exploits, like there was a flying exploit you could do, and they just made it a part of the game and gave it a special animation.
That's cool.
And they increased the stamina cost of using the exploit, but now you can use the exploit to basically fly a lot.
That's kind of cool. Like you're adapting to your player base, and you're not trying to fix anything and nerf anything. It doesn't make it fun anymore.
So what it sounds like is that a studio's listening to feedback from the players and actually listening to them.
Why do that? Just scream at them and call them sexist racists. You know, even when
you don't like the I don't like the
graphics in this game. Well, you must just hate women.
I wish we were
be racist.
Are you a big gamer, Kyle? Do you play anything?
No, not in these years. I mean, I grew up playing the stereotypical games of GoldenEye and Smash Brothers and some
Okay.
PlayStation 2. And,
Culture.
my friend in high school had an Xbox, Halo, yada, yada. So the mainstay stuff, but no, not these days. No.
Yeah, I'm one of those. I just get hooked on one game. I'll buy one game maybe a year, and that's all I need to play. Like I got Resident Evil 9. I'm just gonna keep playing it over and over until I run out of time.
No, I think you just kind of like that mod. You like the bunny mod. I think that's what
I like
it
all
is.
the mods. Are you kidding me, dude? All right. What else we got to talk about here? Okay, so more movie stuff. Anybody here seen the new Mario Brothers Galaxy?
Have not yet.
I saw it.
Not yet.
Okay,
I know
Ars
of
has
it.
seen
I know I've been looking at it, and I've seen plenty of stuff about it, but not watched it.
I mean, it was an okay film. It was definitely better than the first film, which is just like, please don't get bored, please don't get bored. Whereas this one, they actually slowed down at times. It had some softer beats. It wasn't a great movie. You're not gonna remember most of what happened afterwards, but you're gonna enjoy your time there.
Listen, I like Chris Pratt.
I like the first one.
I like Chris Pratt, but he is so miscast to voice Mario. It bothers me every time I have seen a clip, a trailer, etc., of hearing his voice behind that face. And I said it from the very beginning of the first one they did. It just does not work.
It's not like Charles Martinet is still alive or anything.
Well, that's what I liked about this one. The sequel, it was much harder to tell was Chris Pratt. He definitely worked on his Mario voice, and none of the voice acting was particularly distracting, other than Charlie Day.
I like Charlie Day. I like him.
I thought Charlie Day was a great pick for Luigi because he's kind of that nervous, kind of, guy.
He actually sounded like an Italian plumber from Brooklyn, honestly. So that's made it fun.
Pretty
So
sure
he's leaning into it better than Chris Pratt is.
Yeah,
he is.
Plumber from Brooklyn.
That's the thing. He's Pratt is the only voice that's the odd one out of the whole cast, and I don't even like Jack Black in particular these days because of how just overly just obnoxious and loud he is.
He flanderized himself like crazy.
Yeah, it's like he had to take Jack Black and turn it up to a fucking 37 as he got older. It's like, well, I'm aging out, so instead of getting calm, he's going farther and farther into the Jack Black character.
Whoever thought that he was going to have his indie film character, acting days, it's not going to happen.
Well, it's funny if you watch him in The Holiday. I cannot take him seriously. I cannot take.
We
him
need a counter on the screen for every time Strider brings up a rom-com.
I mean, you can give him shit, but you could also give me shit, dude. Because there are plenty of rom-coms, so to speak, that I uphold as one of the best rom-coms. I wouldn't categorize it strictly as that. I think it's a romantic drama. Silver Linings Playbook is one of the best movies of the last decade, to me.
Well, let's be honest here. Rom-coms are like the most important films, and they need to come back right now because that's what keeps theaters open.
I'm going to be honest. There's a lot of good ones. You mentioned Crazy Stupid Love with that one had Ryan. That movie's fucking cool. Me and the wife every Christmas, I think it is. We watch that one. What is it? The
Love
British
Actually.
One. Yeah, that's a fucking good movie.
I think that movie's been overplayed so much that people are starting to shit on it. But I remember the days when that was very beloved, and because people have turned it into a classic, essentially, like it or not, it has become that they see the flaws or some of the holes in it, especially actually in line with what you were saying, Strider, about the Keira Knightley storyline with the actor from Walking Dead and how he's basically the worst fucking friend, where he's in love with his best friend's wife even before they got married, and he didn't do anything about it. Like, what the hell's wrong with you, man?
Yeah.
We'll get back to Mario Brothers in a second, but I got an important question. What I consider one of the greatest romantic comedies of all time, and people will argue with me that it's not, is Natural Born Killers.
That was quite the shift there. We went from romantic comedy to, well, if you want to call it a romantic, like a dark romantic comedy. It's
Maybe
a
a
dark.
little.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Never
Think
seen it.
about it and think about it fucking hard.
yeah, I think so.
There we go.
Well, if he says so,
Yeah,
if Strider says so.
Granted, it's been ages since I've seen it. It was kind of horrified me, but like, yeah, that makes sense.
I have to admit, actually, shamefully, I haven't seen it yet. There are plenty of classic films I haven't seen. In fact, it was just last year I saw the Godfather trilogy for the first time.
Oh,
God damn.
Yeah,
just
no,
last
and
year.
I made videos out of them. I make different segments of videos, and one of them is Fireside Chat. And so I sat down with another film buff. He's also an actor, and we talked in each, separate video about each film. And I actually, we had huge disagreements actually when it came to the first one, and less so. We were on the same page when it came to the third one. Right? With the first one, actually, I think has some problems that people don't point out that bother me. At least.
upon itself, Lois.
That one, that's actually a pretty good point. A lot of people prefer the second one to the third one. Are you one of those?
I just think it's too long in Michael's storyline. I think Robert De Niro's flashbacks as Vito are better than the present tense
100%.
with Michael, because there are some scenes where he's in his head and he's walking around his estate not doing anything. And I understand why people appreciate that as being cerebral and dramatic. You can have some of that, but I think it goes too far into it for too long, and cutting it down would have made the film better.
New feature, Iron. So,
Hey, that's
and
cool.
you vote in the
Like
vote
that.
in the chat, and whatever you're watching from, whether it be
wait.
Rumble, if you're Rumble, YouTube, put your number in there, and we'll see the poll live right in the
I put the
stream.
wrong number. I got to go number 2. Horror and thrillers, my favorite genre for sure.
You got to use
come
the
on.
restroom? What?
Come on, Strider, get your one in there.
I put action.
Action is my favorite. I love action, especially if it's like Asian and they're fighting. I love it.
Nice.
That's good. But no, I mean, you
And
can
Wild Vaughn Coleman has
oh
appeared.
God,
What up,
do we have to
Vaughn?
deal with this guy?
What's going on, guys? How we doing?
Hi, Vaughn. Aren't you Jewish?
No. Nice to see you.
That's a hell of
Too.
an opening line.
No, I'm not Jewish.
It breaks the ice.
I know a Coleman, but he's Jewish.
No,
It's because he has man at the end of his name.
I'm not.
Oh shit!
Hey,
All
Vaughn,
right, how
out of
goes
curiosity,
the comic the convention tour, man? How
Good,
you doing?
dude. I'm doing great. I'm almost like, might wear myself thin. I'm looking at like the stuff I have to do between, and I'm like, holy shit, I don't know. Probably gonna have to take it easier on myself, but I'm selling like crazy. I'm selling the most I've ever sold, both online and in person. Although this was the first day of the campaign, there were like no new backers came in. But I mean, I was selling in person, so I was like, oh man, oh my Kickstarter. Oh wait, so either way, I'm okay. But yeah, things have been good.
All right, let's take a look at the campaign. See how it's doing.
Do you have that pamphlet with you?
I'm in Pittsburgh right now, but I did find it when I was going through. So there was an after. I've never seen this at a con. There was an after party at the strip club at the Lexington con, but we didn't go because Arza lost the fucking thing.
No, it's because there was only one pamphlet.
Dude, they would have.
I
If we
wasn't-
told them we were vendors, we probably could have gone. But you know what?
I
It's
wasn't
okay.
gonna pay $100
Oh, I
to
wasn't
go
either.
into a strip club with women.
Oh, I
dressed
wasn't either.
as terrible characters.
Terrible characters. It would have been
They're
just
good
as
characters dressed poorly. That's what I meant.
Yes. This is my comic series, Phenomenova. The fourth one is crowdfunding now, ladies and gentlemen.
I've already pledged 83 to get all my covers. Nice.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right.
So, we got.
We'll pivot away. Take a quick look at the
My
trailer
name
real
is
quick.
Miles Hanksley. I am Galvanite. My names are synonymous with failure because that's all they know. They don't know how hard I've worked since the reactor. Today, I will prove that I'm not a failure. I am worthy of joining Phenomenova.
Love that cover.
Yeah, it's so good.
I was doing my 15-year-old voice.
Damn it, Weasel. I was going to wait till after the trailer and start making fun of the voiceover work, but you beat me to it, buddy.
Yeah. So I know I do my like 15-year-old, like, what? You don't understand. That's what I go.
So
for.
you do your regular voice.
Mom.
Fuck you. No. Fuck you. That's
my
the
driver's
15-year-old
license
voice.
and see Star Wars.
So for those of you that don't know, because most of the people in the chat have heard this a million times. For those that don't know, anyone that's new, Phenomenova is a superhero story written by me and published by me, set 20 years after World War III, and follows a brand new generation of heroes. Miles Hanksley is the son of a veteran who recently got superpowers, and after failing to stop a heist at a nuclear reactor, he's now being trained by one of the veteran heroes that inspired him to join a new team of heroes called Phenomenova. This issue is important because finally he's meeting the team and trying to redeem himself in their eyes.
Yeah, and I'd say if you're a fan of classic Claremont X-Men, Invincible, or My Hero Academia, this would be right up your alley.
Yeah. We got the first 3 on my website right now. Actually, sorry, continue.
Oh, I'm just looking at these covers, man. It's between this one and, of course, Cakes here. These are my 2 favorite covers.
That one, so that was the 48-hour cover, but you can still get it if you back all of the covers. But you had to back, if you wanted just that, you had to back within the first 48 hours. Yeah, you can still get that one. You just have to pay the horny fee now. Before you didn't have to pay the horny fee. Now you have to pay.
I see what you did there. You need to back to get the back. Got it.
Yeah. Well, that's what I have.
And Selena, who is not an avid comic book reader, did love all these books. She came in trying to get the issue 3 to read, but she had just gotten out of the shower. I'm like, you're not touching my book until you dry your hair. So, she fell asleep, so she'll probably read it tonight.
I like the booty, but
my
I love
whole
the
life is a horny fee.
Sorry, Toasty.
He
what
just
were you saying?
described the entirety of a man's dating, history and
Right.
Sorry, Toasty.
Go ahead,
what were you saying?
Toasty.
Oh, I was gonna say I like the booty, but I really do like the colors on the other one on top of that one.
This one,
Yeah,
yeah.
that one's a special. Everyone liked that cover so much that I decided to do a hollow foil. It might look
love
even
that.
a little better than that. So I'm like, really? You guys would pay?
Yeah.
I asked people on Twitter, I'm like, you guys would pay like $30 for it? I'm like, yes. I'm like,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
I'm a sucker for a good cover.
Yeah,
I love that Final Fantasy one that you did. That was so unexpected. It was so perfect, and it fit with the whole rest of the story too. That's what made it cool. It wasn't just there to be fancy and interesting.
No, I literally had a Final Fantasy VII reference in the script, and I was like at the gym, and I'm like, wait, why have I not done an homage cover then? I'm like, am I stupid? And so I'm like, all right.
Well,
So I'm going to be at, I'm probably going to be selling the last of them. I'm bringing all I have left, and it's probably going to be selling out the last of them at the Vegas Level Up Expo, which is going to be the end of the month. So
We'll see you in a couple weeks from now.
Yeah. So I got to.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're probably to save drive time. We're probably going to get a hotel at the Westgate, which is right by the convention thing, so we can just be right there to help
maybe I should have
move everybody around.
Maybe I should have coordinated that, but oh well. I think I got my hotel. Unless I can back out. I'll see. But yeah.
Yeah, I think I told you about they're a little more pricey though. Then I know where you went. You're gonna get what you pay for. You're getting what you pay for, buddy.
Dude, that's fine. Literally, like I'm
I'm gonna let you make your own mistakes down here.
My goal is to be out of the house, out of the room as much as possible. I go there, I sleep. I'm like, I don't want to be here anymore. Get out. So I'm actually
I'm not gonna dox where you're at, but where you are, the rooms are fine. It's the neighborhood or the surrounding area. Just
okay. So my mom
don't try to go
watching the stream. So if my mom's like, "Are you safe?" Yes, absolutely. Don't ask questions.
As long as you stay inside and don't go and just go out to the to where you go to valet to get either a cab or get a lift, or if we're picking you up, just don't go like, oh, there's a 7-Eleven right down the street. Don't go to that 7-Eleven, Vaughn. Just don't.
Okay, understood.
Oh, is Vaughn doing the vagabond thing and then staying at a hostel?
No. He's staying at the same
Oh,
place.
God.
He's staying at the one you were at. No, Vagabond.
No,
Don't
a
give a
different
fuck.
one. No, it's a different
Oh
one.
yeah.
It's even cheaper than the one.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Wow.
Tell me where you guys are staying at. But yeah, I've been since I read issue 1, a huge supporter of this project because it's actually good.
Mhm.
And, Vaughn's here is consistent.
Mhm.
When you know each issue is going to come out relatively soon, especially for soon within the independent comic book.
Well, it's gonna come out. Period.
Criteria.
That's
Yeah.
bare minimum. Do you think? But
Yeah.
too much for some people. But yeah, that's kind of cool. I actually get it. I'm actually really looking forward to it. I forgot to pledge, but
see,
I'll get to it.
I'm such a huge fan of these comics. I even helped sell them a bunch without ever reading a single panel.
I gotta tell you, dude, it was like Arza is a good salesman, but it was kind of funny because it was like you could tell his pitch was based on mine, and so there was mostly right, but occasionally he'd say something where it's like in Inglourious Bastards where it's like the 3, it's like you could tell he hasn't read the book. He'll be like, he joins the greatest team. He's joining the greatest team of all time, Phenomenova. I'm like, Arza, they lose. They lose.
Yes,
in
but
the book.
it sounds better to call them the greatest team. That's what
the
people
point
want
of
to
the
hear.
No, they don't, because the point of the story, Arza, is that it is an aspirational story. They're trying to be like the greatest, but it's like a commentary on how we as people are trying to be like the greatest.
I don't know. There are a lot of details that if you included, I think you definitely scared away at least one person I would have gotten a sale from during that con.
Oh no!
If you need help, if you make it down to Bell County, I'll get behind your table. and help
Oh
you.
hell yeah! All right, I'll have you as my table assistant. You're my table.
Hell
slave.
yeah! Sure.
All right, sounds good.
I believe you, Selena. Just remember, mention the fact that the kid's the son of a veteran. That got a lot of sales.
That did, yeah, dude.
And make sure to mention it's all ages. Vaughn always
Also,
forgot that part.
bro, I post to say that it's set after World War III, and one of the biggest things, and they all think you're gonna experience this in person. They all go, ha, so what is that, tomorrow? And they all say it as if they're the first one to make that fucking joke. And they all do it. You have to hear it over 100 fucking times. Like, it's like every time they go, haha, just kidding. But they never.
So now that you know that, you can beat them to it. It's like, yeah, right after World War III, so tomorrow.
I'm just like, yeah, haha. Anyway, do you want to give me money?
Excellent.
See, the
And
real
later
answer is-
to the show, Lawrence Knight just popped in. What's up, Lawrence?
How's it going, guys? So I am currently multitasking, but I didn't want to let the day pass without me coming on the Rose Gallery. And you need to get me on the opening sequence, by the way, Iron.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm still re-editing.
Yeah, I've got those false Doom vibes are coming to me.
Oh, hell yeah.
Is
Nice.
Bats back in the intro? Because there was a lot of times I just noticed he wasn't there.
Yeah. Well, when you're black, you got to work harder. You got to work harder to get on there. Vagabond. I mean, Vagabond technically.
Oh, when you stream with your camera off, I have to make do with trying to fix an avatar into the opening. So
well, I'm working on that. The next show I will be camming up, and I actually said that on Abyssal Musings last night. I was like, I'm going to start camming up. I just try to spare people because I want you to have people actually watching your show. I don't want to scare them away.
Why are you putting yourself down like that?
Fishing for compliments.
Hey, Lawrence,
Right?
I've got a
I'm
face
just
for
joking.
radio, and I know it.
No, I'm just
did not say
right now.
that,
I was
Prof.
outside working out, and
All right.
my hair's all over the place right now.
Prof
so.
is, first of all, I want to make that clear. Prof, I would have never, ever agreed to such a blasphemous deal.
Yes, you would.
Unbelievable.
No, I'm just kidding.
So
Like, oh, Vaughn will get 20% of this. No, you will not. No, you will not.
Vaughn gave me a free
Dermy,
copy.
I don't think it's gonna make it on tonight, so we're gonna skip the
Unfortunate.
Dermtroversy story. And hey, we made it a whole show without talking about the quartering either, so good for us, team. Now, this news just popped up today, actually, but I thought it was funny. Let me pull this up. So, anybody familiar with this actress, Natasha
She is
Lyonne?
looking so rough.
Yeah, I think this article might give you a little insight.
She's looking better than she used to before.
She does drugs.
This is what Chrissy Mayer's career would have been like had she taken a spiral.
well, wait a minute. Doesn't Natasha Lyonne has a show though? Doesn't she? Is it
yeah, Russian doll or something? Now, this is just kind of funny. So, Natasha Lyonne blames sleeping pill and ice for removal from airplane.
Maybe she just meant the ice in the plane in her cup.
You know, I wanted to give her that same benefit of the doubt. Like, maybe she's not talking about ice. No, she's talking about ice.
Yeah, I'm fucking around. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
I don't know if that agency has it.
That agency has no authority to snatch people off. Well, unless you're
right.
elite, you know. But she's a citizen, isn't she? So why would ICE be on?
Well, they're not. They're also
well.
Not
I think the big thing is
managing airports right now.
Sleeping pills
and probably alcohol.
Yeah.
So what was the contract? I don't even know what she did.
Let's find out. New York, Natasha Lyonne says she was pulled off a Delta flight before it departed for New York on Tuesday because her sleeping pills kicked in too soon. Indeed, I took a Lunesta once.
That sounds healthy.
Once seated to ensure some shut-eye on the Delta red-eye flight to New York City, she posted on social media Friday, boarded seamlessly with just a backpack and sneakers, eager for a nap. The 47-year-old, damn, she's 47? That's
some good makeup.
The 47-year-old Russian doll actor responding to reports that she was yanked off a flight after appearing despondent following. Okay, so she's pilled out following the red carpet premiere of Euphoria on the West Coast. Lyonne was said to have been dozing off and unresponsive to flight attendant instructions on the red eye to New York, where she was to have appeared on Wednesday's the Drew Barrymore show.
Oh, no wonder she wanted to get the fuck away from that show. That makes all the sense now. She didn't want to appear on it.
Yo, what's up with actors taking too many pills after either on their way to or leaving the Drew Barrymore show? Because that's what happened with Carrie Fisher, and she didn't make it.
That's what killed her.
Wow.
Yeah. No, she was leaving. She was either on her way to or from the Drew Barrymore show, if I'm remembering it correctly, on that flight that she never. You know, hey, R.I.P. Carrie Fisher. That was
for sure. Yeah.
Are you saying that Carrie Fisher has something to do with that?
No, I'm saying Drew Barrymore does.
Yeah, Drew Barrymore.
Yeah. The common link here is Drew Barrymore.
So what, is she the Diddy for white women?
No, she's a Hillary Clinton.
I was about to say that. No, that's Hillary Clinton.
Okay, let's get back to the article. Plan was to be bushy-tailed and beauty rested as I meant to head straight to glam for a shoot with our beloved Drew Barrymore upon landing. She posted, the New York City native whose show business career started with Pee-wee's Playhouse in '86 has a documented history of battling addiction. Yeah, I did know that,
Yes.
and I'm not dogging her for that. She admitted to relapsing in January, but gave no indication Tuesday. Tuesday's incident was a cause for concern. No, it was just sleeping pills. That's what all addicts say. I'm sorry. Leon expressed disappointment and indicated U.S. Customs and Integrations. So ICE had played a hand in her itinerary change. Was looking forward to seeing Drew and in-depth convo, but I guess ICE had other plans and I was detained instead, she posted. Sign of the times, I guess. ICE officials didn't... ICE officials couldn't immediately be contacted.
Okay, so most likely this probably happened back when ICE was being put in to help with security during the shutdown where TSA.
That's right.
So that's I think the only reason why is they were helping escort her out. So that's her interaction with ICE.
But I also guarantee, because she didn't have to mention it, but I also guarantee she mentioned it to gain sympathy.
That's the thing. The wording is important. She's used, and that's the only reason I even brought up this article. She's got to. She knows that they'll just glaze past this. So I may have taken a sleeping pill. I am a recovering addict, but I swear I haven't relapsed since January, 4 months ago. And ice.
By the way, ice. Yeah, it's a diversion. It's a diversion, verbal diversion tactic. And let's be honest here. If anyone's taking sleeping pills like that and they have a history of abusing pills, they're still abusing pills. Okay.
Yes.
There's no reason why she shouldn't be able to have a melatonin or have, a chamomile tea or some shit, some natural remedy to help her sleep. It's ridiculous.
And the recovering addicts that I know that take that shit seriously don't take sleeping pills. They do exactly what you just said.
Yeah, they don't do anything.
They're not
anything
fucking around with. Yeah, most of these people deny. Like, well, even if they're offered a script for actual pain meds, I'll just take ibuprofen. Thanks.
I mean, there are other sleeping other pills that can be taken to help with sleep. Taking a Benadryl,
yeah.
I mean, taking some melatonin. I mean, there are ways. You don't need to take a Lunesta.
Yeah,
she could have just paid one of the stewardesses to knock her out, or get slapped or something. Just say something insulting, get knocked out,
or get ice too.
I mean, she's a fucking celebrity. I'm pretty sure she goes to all these parties where they do drugs constantly. So
yes, that's
her problem.
Not only that, she was a child star.
Oh boy!
So
Hey, Iron, how much you want to bet that she was Paul Rubin's supplier? I don't care if she was 5 years old.
I don't know. Did Paul Rubens have a hand in that whole addiction thing? I don't know. Questions are piling up.
But yeah, this was just a blatant diversion tactic. Like glaze past everything else, but ice, right? I'm surprised she didn't blame Israel.
Well, it may get to that point on her second flight.
Right.
You never know.
Right. I think she's actually Jewish, but hey, I wouldn't put it past him.
I was late to work this morning.
She'll be a woke Jew.
Right.
Yeah, she's a New York Jew, so she'll probably be like chanting with queers for
definitely
Palestine.
Blame Israel then.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, look at Natalie Portman. I mean,
oh God.
Yeah.
I'm going to avoid my duty as an Israeli citizen and avoid my conscription.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's true. Where's Gal Gadot in all this? Why isn't she on the front lines?
Quiet.
She already served.
She's already served her time, so she's cleared.
That's true.
Yeah,
However, if
she
she really supported
her.
this, right? Fuck it. Let's get Ben Shapiro. Let's get on his ass to do it because that should be where we're at.
I don't care what's going on. We should put Ben Shapiro on the front lines. That would just be hilarious to see. All right, guys.
Well, when he's shouting from the rooftops to keep going,
then what's wrong? Real quick, let me tell you about Birch Gold.
Yeah, I was gonna say all he's gonna do is he's gonna go there and just ad read them to death.
Oh boy.
Well, a great alteration to his favorite line would be, "Bullets don't care about your feelings." that would be a great tagline for him to have in battle. Do
you remember that old Monty Python sketch where they have the funniest joke in the world and they're storming a battlefield by reciting lines of it and the enemy is just collapsing, dying. Pretty much all they have to do is have him with a megaphone and everybody just charging the battlefield and everyone will just die.
Are you thinking about your advancements? Think of Birch Gold.
Oh,
Helix sleep. Get the Helix sleep mattress.
Virgins, take me now.
Why are you doing this to me, Allah?
I don't like pussy. I cannot stand hearing for the sake of argument one more time.
Oh man. All right. So that was fun to talk about. We got one more entertainment related topic for the night. We've got some updated casting rumors for the upcoming MCU X-Men reboot that I'm sure everybody's real excited about.
Wait, let's not be so pessimistic about this. Maybe it's good news. Let's find out.
Whatever you're thinking,
it's exactly true.
Let me go hit my setup over the head real quick for this great news.
We all started thinking, yeah, that pendulum's swinging. Things are going to go back to normal. We're going to start seeing them take the source material seriously, want to do casting that matches. Go ahead, Toasty. You look like you.
I was going to say, I hope they didn't get Ellen Page back on.
That was Kitty Pryde.
You mean
exactly
Ellen Page? Yeah.
Well, wait a minute.
I'm not calling
Ellen
her.
Page doesn't
You mean
exist
Kitty
anymore.
Gay Pride?
Now?
Yeah, Ellen Page doesn't exist anymore.
It's Ellen Page. She's just an ugly woman now. Let's face it. She's just ugly now. She's not a guy. She's just an ugly bitch now.
Yeah.
You simplified it. That's pretty much it. There's no confusion
like
of like
Heidi.
a boy or girl. No, it's
it's a
an
mutilated
ugly broad.
woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And she's going to be in the Odyssey, and I'm kind of scared about that. What the hell is Nolan going to do with that? I don't know.
The
Well, to be fair,
castings,
there are
I gotta
some
be honest,
hermaphrodites.
this is going to be the first Christopher Nolan movie I'm not excited for and going to go to the theater to see. I'm just going to pass.
I'm concerned. I'm trepidatious about it. I'm on the same page as you are. I'm going to see it, but the past couple films that he's made, dude, Tenet was a disaster.
Tenet sucked, dude.
Yeah. Oppenheimer was a bloated mess. The movie fucking ended after the atomic bomb went off. I don't give a shit about learning how these scenes in the governmental offices where he's being grilled by bureaucrats about his security clearance. The stakes on that are not as high as when he was building an atomic bomb.
Or how about like we're supposed to be like, guys, he wasn't a communist, even though his brother was a communist.
Just
all
totally
his friends were
fucking
communists.
Both
his wife and the woman he was cheating on his wife with were communists. All of his sons are communists. His brother was a communist.
Margot Robbie. I mean, come on.
She wasn't in the
I'm just
movie.
saying.
It was Florence Pugh.
No,
He's making a Barbenheimer joke. Thanks for bringing
Very
it back.
topical. Very topical.
No, but the way, Vaughn, I like that you brought that up, actually, because the way that you could make that portion of the film work, the latter portion, is that you make that aspect of him being a communist or not, or associated with them, you make that a mystery. And he didn't do that. He just like, I'm going to show you all the scenes with his commie girlfriend, and then, she gives him the line.
Well, but here's the thing, that wouldn't work because
they tried
Oppenheimer's a
very
real
hard.
person, so you could just kind of go, yeah, he was.
Yeah, but there's some people don't know history that you could make that a mystery.
True.
Yeah, so that's the way you could make that work. But overall, no, that movie is overly bloated, and I'm surprised that it got Best
I'll tell you
Picture.
exactly.
I'm kind of, in a way, I'm kind of glad that it did, because there are far worse things that could have gotten Best Picture than that.
Did it get Best Picture? That's
Especially
how
that year, there really wasn't any good movies that year. Aside, I thought it was boring, to be honest, but it had a lot of great scenes and it had some really solid acting.
Dude,
The writing is really good. If you've read the book like I have, there's a lot of stuff that they put in that's actually kind of cool. But I can tell you, there's a reason that they wouldn't have not even allowed even a shred of maybe he was a communist, maybe not, because they're commenting on the McCarthy hearings, and the Hollywood cannot allow itself to create even a shred of doubt that in their minds why McCarthy was just completely wrong about everything.
Yeah,
They
there's
cannot
no
let them
evidence.
do
Don't
that.
look into it. They never took money from
Despite
the
the
Soviet
fact
Union.
that McCarthy was right the whole damn time, but Hollywood has always been one step behind
people
everybody.
took money from the Soviet Union, and they're like,
Right.
no.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, but they didn't have to be so mean about.
So
about
Rogue and X-Men,
Calvinism.
right?
Oh shit!
Well,
yeah,
no,
sorry.
I
think I did that, man, and I'm sorry. Yeah,
It's all right.
I was going to say real quickly, during the year of Oppenheimer, not counting Barbie, I'm going to go to the expert on this. Were there any good rom-coms, Strider?
When did the one with Sydney Sweeney come out? Was that year, or was that sometime later?
Anyone but you?
Maybe with Glenn Powell.
That was at the end of 2023.
So yeah,
So it would've been the same
it would've been that.
God damn,
Yeah,
Strider.
wasn't
I
that
didn't.
year?
Well
That's
played,
just
Emerald.
the
That
thing
actually
is,
worked.
the only reason I know that is because there's only been 2 rom-coms come out since then. It's been that one. It's been the one with
You're fabulous.
Pedro
Strider.
Pascal and Dakota Johnson.
No, dude, I actually we're having our own romantic bromance, on the right now. Me and Strider, dude, I appreciate your taste on that because I actually thought that Materialist was the best movie for me last year, and I did a video on it as well.
Well, I haven't even seen either of them, and the only reason I remember it because I was like, wow, so a rom-com's coming back? Like, are they actually going to be allowing some?
Oh my god,
actors and actresses to be hot again and to like have sex on screen? Are we back now? Is this are we Nora Ephron?
We're so back. Oh my god, I can't even believe that.
So, by the way, so Materialist is actually not a comedy; it's more so a drama. But for people that are interested, I think that's a good movie.
I've heard the title. I know nothing of the movie or who's.
No,
in
seriously,
it.
dude. No, it for real. It does comment on the state of dating and how fucking shitty it is. And in that way, it's seriously like it is really appealing. It's examination on modern dating. Really.
I'm going to
check
defend
it out.
Kyle and Strider here. Rom-coms are realistically the most important films because one, they're water. No, listen to me, Vaughn. Listen.
He has a point,
First of
Vaughn.
all, rom-coms are
He
very
does.
consumable. It's incredibly easy to consume the film and somewhat enjoy it and take away some stuff. So it's a water cooler film that a lot of people will see. It is also a way to show normal human interactions. It acts as a great way for third space.
Uh-oh.
I didn't do it.
I didn't do it.
Arza,
did it.
you did something.
Selena did it.
No, am I back?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Selena do it.
Yeah, but
I was going to say
No, I was touching the
keeping
cable.
Hallmark alive.
I was touching the cable on my mic, and I think I must have accidentally unplugged it.
I really did think I thought Iron, you did that. I thought you did that.
Yeah,
I didn't do it.
But if you think
No,
about it, it's
Arza, actually, that is a good point. You've mentioned all the stuff about the films themselves, but more so the budget. They're a good shoehorn for new directors, actors, everybody to make a splash in the scene. I would say rom-coms are just as important as horror movies. If we didn't have horror movies and romantic comedies in the 70s, 80s, and beyond, a lot of now famous actors would still be fucking nobodies because they got their break in low budget romantic comedies or horror movies.
And think about it this way: with the price of one
movies
blockbuster,
that make a shit ton of money pay for the bigger movies. So that's how that used to work.
and also for the price of one blockbuster, you can release 10 low-budget rom-coms. If one of those rom-coms takes off, it's paid for all 10 of them.
You could do the same thing with horror for the most part.
Well, also, it's kind of fun because you don't have to spend a shit ton of money on effects. All you have to do is put a bunch of actors on a location and film there because it's supposed to reflect real life. That's how we used to do movies. We just take a couple actors, do something interesting in front of a camera in a real location, and just release it on a film, and it would make a bunch of money. Nobody knows how to do that anymore. It's always had to be this effect-heavy action bullshit that's all just slop. That costs a lot of money to make, but makes no money back because that's not escapism. People can't, people watch, but for me, I love watching movies where I am that are filmed and take place in a place I've never been before. So, but now I think Russell Crowe mentioned he was in Istanbul or somewhere like Estonia filming a movie that was set in Portland. Like, what the hell is this?
Right, yeah.
It's not like that art is gone now. It's I kind of hate it now.
Dude, I was in LA and there was I remember even for Universal, it was a Universal tour or something like that. And they're like, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was filmed here. I'm like, Spider-Man's not even in New York anymore?
Not even filmed in New York.
Yeah.
And that was like 10 years ago.
Why?
If you look at that first Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie and it's so intrinsically New York.
It came out. It was 100% filmed in New York. Go ahead, Lawrence.
I was gonna say, the studios are gonna go where they're not gonna get taxed out of their booths.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
That's why
And it's far away from LA as possible. That's
New York and LA have
Vancouver.
become very inhospitable to the film industry as far as they're just milking them for everything they can get, and Now that's why they're going to within the states. They're going to more Atlanta, even Texas, Nevada now, and then of course Canada. Outside of the states is like the number one.
Well, it's kind of funny. I was watching the old episodes of Walker, Texas Ranger, because for the obvious reason, and it's all filmed around Dallas Fort Worth, and I've been there quite a few times. Like, I know where that is. I know where that is. I know where that is. Like, play in front, film scenes filmed in front of like the Dallas courthouse. It's kind of awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. You used to, if you grew up in a major city where, there was, you knew there was going to be either a movie or show taking place, you would always know when you would drive by and see filming happening all the time. Vegas is the same way. We would always see filming here, like when they were doing the Hangover movies, or if they were doing when they had the TV show Las Vegas. Now it's pretty rare. It's starting to make a comeback though, because they are trying to scalp some of the that money from Hollywood and bring them over here. But I've talked to people from Chicago, LA, New York, and you don't see nearly as much filming as you used to in some of the iconic locations.
Yeah. I mean, back in the day when Christopher Nolan actually filmed in Chicago for The Dark Knight, that majoritively he did that for that film. And I remember that summer, I believe they started shooting in 2007. And I lived outside of Chicago, and to hear about what was going on, and I knew someone who was an extra in the movie, so we got to be on set, and it was just this. The buzz around the movie started before even the marketing campaign began, which then blew up into a huge event the next year. It was an epic 2 years just all about The Dark Knight.
Wow.
Awesome. In my town, they made a big deal because for those that actually saw it, Z Nation was shot. And in fact, one of the scenes was right in front of my apartment building. It was right in front of my apartment building where we could not even go out our front entrance when it was shooting. We had to go out the back.
Oh, shit. I liked that show. It was like the very low budget, goofy version of Walking Dead. All right, real quick, Emerald, you got a hard out. So before you go, who would your ideal casting choice be for Rogue from X-Men?
What's a famous trans individual?
Oh, fuck off.
We just talked about her.
Yeah.
Now we're going to see what everybody on the panel would cast, and then we're going to see who's rumored to be in lead for the role.
I honestly, right now, I can't really, what would be my dream casting for Rogue? Not right now. For some odd reason,
I've got
can't
one.
think of a specific.
I know a lot of people would go towards Sydney Sweeney for at least the looks factor.
For the looks, but she is actually technically
everyone.
Power girl.
I recently found this out, is that Sydney Sweeney is technically a hometown girl for me. I just recently found that out. Yeah.
Nice.
But no, I think Sydney would be in a better position than one of the other castings. Yes, looks wise, fine, but for accent and everything else, I think you would want someone that actually can handle the proper accent.
Right. That's why I'll do my pick last and see if you get. She's a little aged out, but she's who I would pick. If we could have 90s version of her, fuck it. I'll go ahead and say now. If it were the 90s, I would do Jamie Presley.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can go all the way back decades ago for the casting.
Why not? Fuck it.
Okay.
Sure.
She actually sounds like Rose from the 90s cartoon. She actually sounds like her.
Dude. Yeah, I know she's actually from Texas, but she could work on doing more of a Georgia. Yeah, she could easily code switch that to maybe who, Rogue or Jamie Presley?
Yeah.
Rogue is either Mississippi or Georgia.
Louisiana. Or I thought it was
no, Gambit's from Louisiana.
No, Gambit. Yeah, Gambit's Louisiana.
You fake fan.
Ouch. No, actually, I think she. I think I want to say Mississippi or Georgia was Rogue.
Yeah, I'm stuck between. It's one or the other.
Yeah,
I know it's not like Missouri.
Pretty sure
because she's supposed to be kind of like the more poor, almost trailer trashy type. Yeah. The hot trailer trash girl.
Which honestly, that kind of informs.
And here's the thing: the character is supposed to be kind of that white girl Southern girl stereotype.
Yeah,
not
she was
just
more like
Southern girl
punk,
stereotype.
and like the thing is, people forget like she was more punk at the start.
Yeah, she was a villain.
She was a straight up,
Yeah,
she was a villain.
Mhm.
Actually, it's funny because I would work with Michael Golden, and him and Chris were talking about when they created Rogue. It was really, I was just like sitting there like, oh wow, just listening to everything, and they were talking about, it's like, so Chris Claremont, Rogue was supposed to be black, but Chris Claremont didn't mention that in the script. He didn't like give much description at all. So Michael Golden calls him, like, do you have a description for this character? He's like, oh yeah, she has like a streak in her hair. Like, what's the black singer's name? It was Grace something.
Jones?
Yeah.
Are you nuts?
Yes, that was the inspiration.
Jim?
But Michael Golden had no idea who that was. He was like, can you describe her? She goes, oh, she has a white streak in her hair. Doesn't mention the fact that she's black at all. So he's just like, okay. So he just threw a white woman.
He forgot.
So he just threw a white woman with a streak in her hair. And then he also didn't mention that she was supposed to be a teenager, which is why in that first issue, Rogue does not look like a teenager, is because he didn't know that's what he was drawing. And that's why they kind of like slowly like age her back.
Vaughn, do you know how many nightmares I had as a child from the first time I saw Grace Jones?
No, I would never.
That woman was very weird looking.
Wasn't she in a Conan movie?
Yes, she was. That's how I had the nightmare.
In the
She's in a
Destroyer.
Bond movie.
So yes, Rogue was supposed to be
View to
based
Kill.
on Grace Jones originally. Yes,
That's crazy.
She's very androgynous too. Very.
Yeah.
well, Rogue was originally like, that's the thing. She's like slowly got hotter. And
I prefer the Southern sex kitten Rogue.
Yeah.
to
I like that, but I do
androgynous
think
Grace Jones Rogue.
But John Romita Jr.'s design, where she had like the black shirt and then she had like the green top,
The green
that I
corset
like.
top. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not even the corset one. The one I liked before that, even where it was like the top piece and bottom piece. I'll send a reference.
Yeah.
Please
I
do.
don't know.
All right. Well,
I think Jessica Simpson for 90s Rogue would have been pretty decent.
She is.
Can't act for
Can't
shit,
act.
dude.
But I don't know if you're not.
she can't act.
She can't. No, not really. But if we're talking looks wise and similarity to the character, it's definitely better than whoever you're about to bring up.
Yeah, let's
so
go
on my
ahead.
way out.
Yeah.
On my way out, coming up on. That's not
that's
what I
mine.
was- that-
Spoiler.
I hate that bitch.
Okay, so coming up on my channel, Rumble only, Censor Logs podcast, we'll be watching season 1, episode 1, and season 1, episode 2 of the original series. This show starts at 7 p.m. PST on Rumble only because of copyright reasons, and then the cut down version gets put later onto Cat, gets put onto YouTube later. But we are starting with the original series, and we're going to go all the way through pre JJ Trek. So
Nice.
we have a lot of shows to cover. And then on Tuesday, 6 p.m. PST on my channel is Nerds Covering the News. And then on Thursdays at 6 p.m. PST is my other show, All the Good Titles Were Taken. And a yet to be named watch along of the remake of Battlestar Galactica, which Tiny Bud Fierce has never seen before, and so we'll be watching Battlestar as well, and that's going to happen on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. PST as soon as I get kind of everything prepped for it.
Excellent. Well, it's good having you on, man. We'll see you over there, and you have a good night, man.
Yep, you guys
We'll
take
be
it
wrapping
easy.
up shortly.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
All right. And Megan the Texan, Emma Stone is Rogue. I would say pre-Ozempic, still hot Emma Stone. Absolutely. Would have worked.
I can tell you who my pick would have been. I mean, she's at 40 years old. She's pretty much aged out of it, but Alexandria Daddario would have been great.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's a good
dude.
pick.
She's
Yeah.
still smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Still,
she doesn't look 40 at all. No,
No,
that
she
actually would have been my
40?
pick too. I still think she would make an excellent Zatanna if they were to do that.
yeah.
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
Um,
Zatanna. I feel like the just her complexion. Yeah.
See, I think
We'll
it's
go
the
ahead
same.
and- we'll just jump into this. Is the rumor going around? This actress who I'd never heard of before reading this post, Odessa Zion, something
Can I tell
for the
you-
role of Rogue.
Can I tell you who this is?
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
the
please
voice
do.
actress of Spinelli from Recess? That's her mother.
What?
I know none of those
Okay.
words.
Yeah.
So,
Me neither.
are you talking about the voice actress from that
Yeah, the voice
show?
actress.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
the
of
mother of this
Spinelli.
person.
Yes, that's
Okay.
the mom. She's the voice
Oh, so ABC. So
So she
not
was born
a
into
little
money.
bit of nepotism here. That's
Yeah.
You see, but I'm okay
Right.
with this being someone. I mean, she looks a little too Israeli, but I'm more than perfectly okay with the fact that it's a nobody. It should
Well, that
be a
nose
nobody.
ring.
Yeah, I
We
agree
should
with
be
that.
That's
getting
plenty.
nothing but nobodies for these movies because we
agree.
need to start making proving grounds for new actors and actresses.
Yeah.
Well, it's not
And-
even that.
Yeah.
It's also like I remember, like if you guys watch the Christopher Reeve documentary, it's great. He talks about how he
Look.
wasn't crazy about the way Marlon Brando did it because when Christopher Reeve was a nobody before Superman, right? Marlon Brando walks
Right.
in on set. He's like barely even wants to be there. They basically had to force him because he was this Oscar-winning actor. He didn't give a shit, dude. He doesn't even pronounce Krypton correctly, and he was like, "I'm not correcting you. Fuck you."
Krypton.
You-
I
Krypton.
I
have
love the way
So,
you
like,
pronounce Krypton though.
He's not good. Like, so, like, yeah, you got this big name actor, but he doesn't embody Jor-El.
No.
He kind of did
And-
though. He wasn't. He
See-
wasn't
Krypton, dude.
but he still. But everybody remembers the two. Like nobody remembers fucking Margaret Kidder from that movie because it's Lois Lane. They
What are you
remember-
talking about?
They remember Christopher Reeve and they remember Marlon.
Everybody
Brando.
remembers
They- like,
Margot
that-
Kidder.
that's-
Are you
I
on
remember
crack?
Margot.
Margot Kidder aged like 5 to 10 years between the first film and the
Yes.
second.
Yeah,
It's
she
actually
did.
startling how many cigarettes that woman had to smoke to
Oh, she- no, she was
achieve that degradation in age. I can't even fathom.
No, she was a
Yeah,
chain
dude.
smoker and she was an addict. So that's why. But Vaughn, my point
Yeah.
is the people remember in Superman, they remember Christopher Reeve and Marlon Brando. That's it.
That's
They
just,
made the
that's
biggest
just
impact.
objectively
Even though-
wrong. You don't
No.
think you remember
Yeah,
Gene Hackman in Superman or Margot Kidder?
Yeah.
You're out of your goddamn mind. Margot Kidder as Lois Lane is
And-
iconic.
She is, but
No.
again, you remember like you.
No, how can you?
Marlon
You're
Brando's
speaking on both
just
sides of your mouth. You say
a
no one
voice.
remembers her, but also she's iconic. Pick a lane.
A Lois Lane. I'll tell you who I pick as Lois Lane.
Sorry.
Erica Durance from Smallville is the best Lois Lane of all time, crossing
Agreed.
movies and television.
Okay.
I need to figure
I'll
it
agree
out,
with
though.
that.
I'd agree with that.
Well, can I say
She has the spunk, the charm, and the beautiful. She's
The
she's
looks.
gorgeous. She's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah.
Oh, I
Toasty?
was gonna say, I can't stand this bitch. She looks really Jewish. She looks like Howard Stern, and I wouldn't even pick
She
her.
does
as
look like
her.
Howard Stern.
Oh my god!
Are you sure this isn't Howard after a visit to the plastic surgeon?
Could be. I hear he wears wigs. So,
he
but
does.
this girl was
Yeah.
casted for a movie who this character was supposed to be half Jewish, half Mexican, and all the woke tards got angry because they were like, why are you casting this Jewish girl? This as what do you call it? The Jewish people?
Israeli?
Because her last name sounds like it.
Oh
As
god!
Zionist. Why are you
Oh,
casting the
Zion.
Zionist?
Oh,
And they were so fucking mad, the woke people. And actually, all the right wingers were like defending her, like she looks kind of Jewish Mexican to us, like But anyways, I can't stand this bitch. I would have casted a young, Isla Fisher, a young Isla Fisher.
Isla Fisher?
Oh, that would've worked.
Dude, she's fine, dude.
She is so
she could
cute,
do it. Yeah.
very cute, redheaded.
Now, I want to be
Oh,
fair.
yeah,
I
I
don't
mean-
know anything about this actress. I've never seen anything with her in it. Now that you've said she looks like Howard Stern, I can't unsee that. But she does not look like Rogue, the Rogue we know.
Yeah. And the people who are
And-
probably defend this will be like, well, she has long curly hair. I was like, yeah, there are
The
other
only-
factors here too.
Not natural. By
Let's
the
be
way,
honest.
she
The
comes in
only
here.
reason
Oh, really?
they're casting somebody who is distinctly not, and let's just say it, white, like the character for their normal, where it's just more of the same, trying to get those points, the DEI points.
Well, like how many times have we seen? How many times have we seen generic brown girl in everything? It's every white character is recast as some kind of generic brown girl, and it doesn't. And it is that reductionist because it's the Zendaya effect. Everybody fucking looks like Zendaya. And it's so irritating because I can
when I was scrolling past this, I was going kind of fast. I was like, oh shit, they're talking about casting Zendaya. Oh no, it's just another Zendaya clone. So you're right there.
I sent you a DM. It's about this chick, how she really looks versus like the makeup and the hair color and what she does to her hair.
I mean, certainly to say she is rather beautiful. She's fit for a different role, not Rogue.
For a different role. There are even other characters she could play within the X-Men universe. Now, I do know from script rumors, Rogue got major popularity since kind of a refreshing in popularity since X-Men 97. So there are rumors that she's going to be front and center for this movie.
Personally, I mean, dude, I'd love to at some point go through, like, I came up with an entire X-Men movie outline that I would cook, but I would have started off as a villain personally if I were to do it with the Brotherhood.
That's what I heard they're going to do. It's going to be her doing the whole, like, starting off bad and then becoming good. And
so they race swap her so they can make her a villain? All dark characters are villains to them?
Apparently so.
You do have a dark character on Rogue's Gallery right now. I mean, you guys are villains.
You want to play Rogue, Lawrence?
Why not? I mean, they're looking for DEI points. I'm looking for money.
Get your paycheck, dude.
Yeah, right.
Say though, Lawrence, your avatar looks like Heath Ledger.
It does.
Before the makeup with the Joker. That's instantly what I thought of.
It's supposed to be the Crow, right?
Odessia as a Zulu.
Wait, what?
I mean,
that's the same person.
That's not the same.
Is she wearing a wig?
Yeah, that's her. She's not an ugly girl, but she's not. That's not Rogue.
Hell no, that's not.
No,
Rogue.
it isn't.
If anything, she would barely pass as a Kitty Pryde.
That's
Kitty Pryde is one of the most popular Jewish characters of the X-Men. So
now, hang on.
Now she's more of a this girl's looks. Now that you tell me she's Israeli, I didn't even know she was Israeli. But
is she actually Israeli, or does she just look that way?
No,
I
think
from what Toasty said she is.
So her mama's Jewish, I believe.
Right. So now I'm a little confused because the photos of her where she has red hair, her skin looks much lighter, and so now I'm wondering if maybe her like generic brown girl look is due to her like dyed jet black hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that could be. And she might just have a tan too.
Red, maybe. Yeah. Oh, I mean, it could be tan. Yeah.
I guess she just wants to look more exotic. Black hair, tan skin.
She looks a lot better with that natural hair color that looks like it's bordering on ginger.
Yeah,
which is what Rogue's supposed to have.
Well, there you go. So, and then the recent picture you showed, she looks so unpleasant. She looks like she hates being wherever she is on the red carpet. The difference between actresses like that, who look so hateful with their demeanor and expressions, and then contrast that with Sydney Sweeney's, where she's either doing a seductive look with no smiling, but it's still intriguing to look at, and you like looking at that, or she's really happy and smiling and happy to be where she is on the red carpet and celebrating this movie, etc., posing with co-stars. I mean, not many actresses are doing that, and more should be.
Right.
There used to be in the 90s and the early 2000s where you had actresses that were smiling on the red carpet, believe it or not. Yeah, a lot. And instead we now have the caliber of Kristen Stewart thinking that she looks like she just crawled out of a dumpster, that should be the look of actresses today.
So I wanted to show, like, this is some of what, so if you look at, this is one of my favorite Rogue looks personally. Right here.
Oh, with the torn T-shirt. I remember that. That was from the early. Yeah,
that was.
The
I think
punk
John
rock
Romita Jr. Did this one. This is the Silvestri one. This is the one you were talking about.
Yeah, and I thought that's the one you were talking about. No, I forgot about the punk rock
too,
look.
but I like the punk rock. Like personally, if I were to do it, I would introduce her with this look and then have her become this eventually. But that's what I would do.
Right.
Or
we could just do a whole movie with her as in the Savage Land attire.
Hell yeah.
I mean, that, we could get there. This one, but like this is what she originally looked like, right?
Yeah.
David Bowie.
Kind of.
So, I mean, they could be. Now, here's the thing. I personally don't think if they were to pull from Rogue, now the Rogue, like, yeah, she was a bit more androgynous to start with, but you kind of, I feel like they're not doing that because they're
that's not the Rogue that became popular.
Yeah, well, it's that. No, that's my point is they'll be like, they do this kind of thing where they're like, they know, they haven't read the comics, like, oh, there's an androgynous history. They're like, yeah, we're pulling from that. And it's like, we know you don't care about that. We know you're just finding that because it's, and they do that kind of thing all the time, where they'll find one comic that one
quote. Yeah, like they haven't read or care about Ninja Turtles, but they read something about how April O'Neil may have been black at some point because the comic books were black and white. Yeah. When actually, no, she was inspired by a Brazilian model.
Which is funny because you have her next to an actual black character, and she is decidedly not that same shade. So that always made me laugh.
I can imagine if there's some quote throwaway line in a comic book where a character says, "Yeah, when I was younger, I was a tomboy," and then they just take it and run with that and say, "Let's make her a tranny."
Yeah.
They 100%. You're not wrong, Kyle. They 100% do that. Mm-hmm. Or they'll take a quote from one of the creators like, well, we thought about making this character gay or doing this, but then decided that was a stupid idea, so didn't. They don't care about the last of that or that storyline was rejected. They lean into it. They've done that. They've been doing that over the last 10 years consistently. Go ahead, Toasty.
Oh, what do you think about the more goth looking Rogue?
I love
it.
From X-Men Evolution you're talking.
Evolution?
Yeah.
That's a good one too.
Okay, that would get people in the theater, I'm sure.
You're talking about
all the dummy mommy.
The kids that grew up on that. Yeah.
This is a great look for the character though. It's still in character. It still looks like Rogue.
Really I do have to first one.
I do have to go, unfortunately, but before I go, I'll sum up my thoughts on Goth Rogue in one word. Mommy?
Okay.
Whoa! But
don't scroll too much. Now, here's what's funny. I was looking I decided to pull up. I just Googled young actresses to see if I could find a more suitable actress pick. And this kind of made me laugh. This is the Google search, just page 1. Young actresses. You seeing anything?
Girls.
The far set eyes commonality.
Oh, they're all wide. Holy shit, you're right.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Does anyone remember the movie Splice?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
a lot of actresses are looking like that Splice creature.
They are.
I kind of looked like that when I was bald. Not
like, what is going on?
I wonder if they're getting surgery to start looking like that.
Like, can you pull up Iron? Can you
wrong.
pull up the poster for Splice real quick and do it side by side thing?
Yeah, let me do that real quick.
Honestly, like the only like actual white blonde girl that I can think that might be decent for Rogue is McKenna Grace. I don't know if you know, she's kind of like really pretty. She looks like Sabrina Carpenter, but not demon possessed.
She looks beautiful, nice. Dude. She has a natural look.
He said not demon possessed.
Honestly, I would say if Sabrina Carpenter can act, I would say Sabrina Carpenter might not be a bad pick for Rogue, but she's
she's way too small.
Yeah,
it may be, but it depends on what interpretation we're going with. But
Margaret Qualley,
though,
she's got the look.
Demon possessed.
Margaret Qualley's got the look, dude. I don't know what, like that's like good casting.
I like that.
We need a homegrown, more.
She's a little older now, but the Penny from Big Bang Theory wouldn't have been a bad pick.
Oh, okay, like Loco, yeah.
Okay, real quick. So take a quick look. I want everybody to absorb this is first page Google search images, young actresses. Take a good look. Take it all in. Mm-hmm. Now we're going to go to images of Splice.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
No comment.
Wait, Iron, did you flip the page yet? Did you change anything yet?
Hold on, one more time for effect. Young actresses today, first page of the Google image search. Splice.
I don't see a difference. What if you?
We need that meme. You know that meme is like
They're the same picture.
Yep.
I see a blueprint. Splice was a blueprint.
Oh man. I've got two big reasons why Sydney Sweeney. Yeah, we have not had it, in my opinion. We only had the one. Anna Paquin was a terrible miscast for Rogue too.
Yeah, she was. And I'm an Anna Paquin fan.
Her natural accent kept coming through.
Yeah.
When she was trying to overdo the Southern accent.
Dude, I even remember seeing that when I was 10 years old and still feeling weird about her accent in that movie where she was trying to do Southern, and then it was going in and out, and then she lost it. It's just, that was the first time I probably watched a performance where I was experiencing and noticing that, oh, there's an inconsistency here with somebody's performance and accent. It was strange.
You know who else had terrible accent inconsistency was Hugh Jackman. He sounded like Mel Gibson from Lethal Weapon 1, where like I'm just in Nashville, New York. I'm just an LA cop, and then fucking Hugh Jackman's like, you want to protect people that hate and fear you. Like,
I didn't notice that, to be honest. No, I didn't notice that at all with Jackman.
Shocking, because no, Hugh Jackman's Australian. So I watched after watch. No, he's from Australia. He's from like Sydney. He was best
down
friends.
under, mate.
Yo, he was buddies with Heath Ledger and the Thor brothers. What are the Hemsworths?
The Hemsworths.
Yeah, they surf together. Fucking.
Oh, wait a minute.
After watching Deadpool and Wolverine, I got nostalgic. Came home and we watched X-Men 1. I'm like, holy shit, he sounds like fucking Mel Gibson.
I did the same thing, and it's remarkable how much X-Men 3 looks so much better by comparison. It's not a bad movie by even
when you compare it to these days. Yeah.
I mean, even it's a little bit ridiculous, a little bit generic and dumb, but like writing wise, it's not bad. It's really
I agree.
Looking at it now, it's like, oh, this is a masterpiece compared
This
to
is actually that is a good trilogy, actually. It's a solid trilogy.
1 and 2 are fantastic, 3 not great, but I mean it's still better than anything we got now.
Yeah, 3 not great. Then it dropped off a cliff with X-Men Origins Wolverine. That's the worst movie in the Fox X-Men franchise.
Dude, Dark Phoenix, I don't know. Dark Phoenix is pretty good.
I don't know. I actually like Wolverine. I don't know why.
Dark Phoenix, no, because there's like a charm to X-Men Origins Wolverine.
There is. It's cheaply made.
X-Men, like you could tell they just did not care at all with Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, Dark Phoenix. Yeah. I forgot. I always forget that one exists. I think the two I hate the most are Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix. You got me there.
That movie felt like they were literally writing the movie on the day, and there's some movies that actually succeed in that. Like The Fugitive famously was a film that did that, but at least they had a template. And because it was based off of a TV show, so they had somewhere to pull from.
Oh, see,
and they had great actors attached to that. But someone could argue, well, what about Dark Phoenix? You have Michael Fassbender and Jennifer Lawrence, etc.
What did they do?
But that movie was just like it was so disappointing and inconsistent and meandering. It was truly it was like a stillborn birth, is what it felt like.
Well, Kyle, there's actually a reason for that, because the original ending, the original ending was supposed to have Phoenix going all up and like killing the shit out of aliens up in the upper atmosphere on Earth. But they couldn't do that because Captain Marvel had done that a couple years before. So they had to completely rewrite it and reshoot it to make it make sense. And now they're just this lame fight on a train. That's
there you go.
Really, Phoenix?
Yeah.
Lame fight on a train.
That explains it.
That story.
Yeah. And Jennifer Lawrence refusing to actually do the makeup that she did before, and then it looks cheap as fuck now because she's too fucking lazy to commit now because she gets millions of dollars.
God, talk about she turned into a complete piece of shit as she became more and more famous, and now she's paying the price. If she doesn't show fucking full head to toe nudity, nobody's going to see her movies. Period.
Well, they're not going to see her movies when she does. She just did Die My Love,
Oh,
this
yeah.
pretentious fucking drama, which I also have a video on, which is I tear that movie to shreds, and you'll understand why that movie is ridiculous when you watch the video. But she does show her titties in that, and it doesn't matter. It really does. People who blindly, are told, oh, she gets nude in that. No, you shouldn't just go and watch a movie just because of that. You should see as to what kind of movie it is, what's the quality, and does it showcase a woman in a good way? I make the argument that, look, it isn't good for men to get into pornography, etc. But for me personally, like when I go to like a Sydney Sweeney movie and I see her in a scene that's showcasing her beauty, I can look at it on its own and it's ancillary, and that's it. I just look at a movie and I can appreciate the beauty of a woman being on screen, and that's it.
Well, people aren't going to see Jennifer Lawrence nude; they're going to see Sydney Sweeney nude.
Yeah.
Well, at
Real
one
quick
point, I
from
mean, it was a
Toasty.
little different because the thing that happened 10 years ago or so was the whole leak happened, and then it peaks for Jennifer Lawrence because it was all the photos and
that's right. I forgot about that shit.
She had never been
fappening, as they called it.
Yeah, a lot of people got that.
I forgot about the fappening. Oh, fuck.
And then she did
Real
this.
quick
She
from,
did this. Yeah, go ahead.
From Toasty. What's her name? Isa Fisher.
Isla Fisher.
Isla.
Damn.
Yeah,
Denise
she
from
used to
Hot
be
Rod,
married
that's what I
to Borat. Yeah, no,
That's his
she's
real name
funky.
now.
That's how I'll always refer to him as Borat
That's fair.
because I can't pronounce his real name.
She would have been a
Sasha
great
Baron
role.
Cohen.
My wife.
Yeah, that would have worked. He's surprisingly a good actor when he's not, like he was fucking cool in Sweeney Todd. He did a good job in that. He only had one small part, but
Yeah, he was great in Hugo too.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I remember that one. He's actually like, oh, I feel bad for the guy.
all right, we're a little past the 2-hour mark. We're gonna wrap it up here, folks. We're gonna go around the horn, do some outros, starting at the bottom with Toasty. Where can people find you next?
Find me on Rumble and X.
Yeah,
That's it.
Vaughn.
Yes, you could find me on my YouTube channel. I'm on Pimpcast as well with Mike Harlow now every Thursday. And we also have, of course, go to my
That was a
website.
lot of fun. Hey, tell Mike to hit up Kyle for Pimpcast. You'd have fun over there, man.
All right, sounds good. Kyle was great. By the way, I don't know who you are, but it was nice talking with you.
Yeah, likewise, dude.
Yeah. All right, we'll have to follow each other and pretend like we know each other. Well, I guess we do now. You could
Starting
also,
to.
Yeah, starting to. Make sure to check out the Kickstarter for Phenomenova issue 4. And also check out my website. That's the most important stuff I am pushing right now. And if any gamers are here, join us at Level Up Expo.
Hell yeah. Good. Looking forward to that, man. Going to be a lot of fun. Lawrence, what do you got coming up next week?
Yes, sir. So you guys can catch me next week on Abyssal Musings with my partner Samuel the Infamous on his channel. I do have some things going on in the works, so I am putting together a gaming channel. I'm also not restarting my Night Lord channel, but I'm making some tinkering, some changes to it. Currently, I'm working on a book that I'm writing.
Nice.
And I've got some other things that I'm working on right now. But you guys can catch me right here on Rose Gallery as well.
Hell yeah, man. Good having you on. And Strider, you got anything coming up, dude?
No, you can just find me every weekend here on Rose Gallery. Just having a blast.
Excellent.
On the
dude.
side, you're going to be making a romantic comedy, right?
Of course.
Right. we're trying to keep that. It's still in early development. We're trying to keep it quiet, man. And our special guest, Kyle. Where can people find you next, dude? It was great having you on.
Thank you for having me, dude. I'm mainly on YouTube. That's where you can find most of my media, where I'll do different segments like a video that's impromptu view where I'm in front of the camera like this, or a fireside chat where I'm outside in front of an actual fire and I have a guest and I talk about, a movie. It could be an old movie, a classic movie, or it could be a current movie. One that I would recommend that's in line with some of the stuff we've talked about is I sat down with my wife and we talked about The Housemaid. And we both appreciate her, and we go into the movie and make some jokes. We nicknamed her Boobaloobs now. which my wife came up with. I didn't, but I'm calling her that too. It's a good name. I also want to say, Master Hobo, I appreciate him mentioning earlier on. He did a little plug for me, and he mentioned about one of my other videos that are mainly video essays where I'll just do pre-written, voiceover and videos on that. The last one I did was on Supergirl, the Supergirl trailer. So there's that as well. Yeah. So various different forms of videos that are dedicated to entertainment and movies.
Excellent, man. Well, it's great having you on. Dude, you've got an open invite. Anytime you ever got a free Saturday and you want to come back on, just hit me up. Let me know.
Sounds good.
All right. And if you everybody in the chat, if you're not already, go subscribe to Kyle, subscribe to everybody on the panel. And if you haven't already, we're almost at 1,000. We're getting closer and closer to the goal. So thanks everybody for subscribing. If you haven't already, please do. And we'll see y'all next week. We will try to be back for Ironcast, and I may have another gaming stream in the works. I'll let everybody know, but we'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Cheers.
Jerome, can you tell that piece of shit asshole to fucking get the hell out of here before I fucking kick him in the face?
Come on. Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. Have a look at the headlock here. See that chap over there? Get your hand off my penis! This is the bloke who got me on the penis before. Get some cups. Why did you do this? Get some cups. For what reason? What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Oh, that's a nice headlock, sir. Oh, yes. I see that you know your judo well. Good one. And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis? How dare get your hands off there. Ta-ta and farewell.
I love you.
Fuck off.